Welcome back, visitors, to the Lucky Die in Kino. Previously, Greff talks to his sister, Ivoris can raise the dead, Vox creates a vegetarian meal, and Tauri sets off on her own adventure. Ivoris gives Greff the gift of visiting his family, even if only in a dream. On Helsif's island, Tauri reunites with her kits and her friend Zarissa, before Ortrub tells her a tale of an old, or a new dragon, that they will go destroy, or tame. Meanwhile, after a day of play, the team delivers their information to the leaders of the wild. What has Daisy become? What's up with the brown rat? And why is the Mouth of Clarity separated from the gods? I guess we're about to find out. Welcome back to the Lucky Die in Kino. So, we flash back just a little bit, just into the evening, before we've said goodbye to Tauri and to Zarissa. Who wants to go first? Y'all have shit to do. What do you want to do? Who wants to go first?
Well,
Roll
Neil
off.
said... okay. I was going to say, Neil has a laundry list of shit he wants to do, but I guess I'm rolling.
I didn't have anything.
You
I
said
made
that.
something.
no.
I made something 5 minutes ago.
I rolled an imaginary 1. I guess I'll have to go last.
Well,
Well, I got the higher number, so I choose you to go first, Neil. That's how this works, right? All right.
The look on Neil's face.
I'll take the lead. My thing is much more, how do you say it? It's much more improv. Like, I haven't created my sisters. I don't know what my conversation is going to be, so I'm sure that will go fine.
I think you named all your sisters. I had nothing to do with your sisters.
See, you say that, but you were the one who was trying to collect the names, and apparently I named 9 sisters and only said I had 6 or something.
You definitely named them, though.
Yep.
And
We had a list, a pre-prepared list, and then the backstory episode that Aether run, Don't Let It Drag On, named a bunch of different sisters. So, yeah.
And we
It's
encountered
fine,
a bunch
it's
of
cool.
them during the goat episodes. So I remember this.
Weird. Yeah.
All right.
And Mama Greff. All right, so yeah, your sister Daisy is on the island with Apella, and let's just say it's kind of, after y'all have been unceremoniously kind of thrown out by Apella, she's basically like, get the fuck out, I need to figure out what to do. You see most of the people leave the building. You see Red Knight and Baracus, they both kind of cheerily wave at the three of you as you walk away. You see the dwarven ambassador, Rowena, and the kind of half-organ looking lady just both kind of striding off in a direction. You see Helsif heading off too. And yeah, Daisy just kind of awkwardly hangs back a little bit. You know, that kind of like, I kind of want you to talk to me, but I don't want to make it obvious, so I'll be the last person out of the building. And then I'll kind of like slowly make my way. So yeah, she's doing that if that helps.
Unfortunately, Greff doesn't have any pieces of paper he can pretend to be arranging, so he's just like going through his pockets, counting change, and like, okay, right, yes, like picks up like a pin that we stole from one of the Kino initiative guys, like, right, could have used this for something. I guess that's not coming up anymore. Put that away. And yeah, Greff kind of like waits until most of the people have cleared out, pretending to be busy, and then he's gonna approach Daisy. So, decided to follow in your big brother's footsteps.
No, not quite. I got magic, so I guess I just wanted to help.
I did hear about you getting magic.
How did you learn that? I mean, you've been in Kino, right?
Have
you been in Kino all the time?
I've been... No, I spent like a good 2 or 3 years in Discora, but there was just... It was too peaceful once you left the human lands, and there was not really enough, like... There wasn't enough to find. There wasn't enough to do. It was like... Also, the elves and dwarves have a certain attitude that's just not fun to be around for a long time.
Look, maybe you just needed to wait a little bit.
What?
I mean, there's plenty to do, especially right now. We could have really used your help.
I did not know things were gonna...
Well, nobody did.
No.
Right? No. Or do you have magic too and can see the future? She says that with an air of absolute skepticism.
No, but I know a couple of tips and tricks. None of them magical in nature, but I can hold my own. I can hold my own. I've grown a lot since you last saw me, and you've grown a lot since I last saw you.
Well, as in wearing pigtails when you saw me last, I think.
Yeah.
Does Mama know you're late?
Hopefully. Aether's trying to remember the right correct name. I think it was Annalise, because I like that name.
Yeah.
Yeah, I asked Annalise to give her a message, but that was very recent. So she may not know yet.
I believe that was last night.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell her exact dates.
Oh. She's going to be glad to hear that, but she would have been better to hear it from you.
Oh, yeah, but I can't exactly go home now, can I? I got kind of tangled up in this whole thing.
Well, yeah, from what I'm guessing, you got stuck somewhere involved in the Kino initiative, is that what they called?
Yes.
How? I mean, you can't be running around Kino like this.
No. There was this fancy half elf guy who decided to help me. It was back when I was learning to spar with.
Whoa! Fancy half elf guy.
Yeah. I was as I was saying, I was learning to spar with Helfsif. Funny enough.
No. Half elf guy. Tell me about him.
What's there to tell? There was a half-elf guy who was hanging out here on this very island when I was trading. This is Helfsif's island, right?
Yeah.
On this very island, he came to me and he offered me help to be able to blend in with the Kino, because I thought basically I was at the end of my journey. Like, at best, I could go meet the Goliaths. If I understand correctly, they are not heavily interacting with the Kinos. Greff would know exactly if they do or not at this point, because Greff hung out with the Goliaths for a long time. Yeah,
and the ones that kind of like occasionally frequent like the Oghath Isles, but generally on Kino themselves, it'll be dicey. You're probably just as likely to get attacked as you are welcomed.
I thought maybe I could go meet up with the Goliaths, at best talk to them, like try to, but this elf guy gave me this ring right here. Greff brings out a little ring. That gives me the form of a Goliath. You want to see?
She reaches out to take it from you.
Greff closes his fist around it, like,
Hey, now.
You seem a little bit too keen here.
I've
Did
never
Mama
really
Greff not teach you
these.
any manners?
Okay, you left, so I'm not having any manners talk from you, okay?
I said goodbye. I sent cows.
She was not happy.
Yeah, I've been told she was not happy about the cows.
No, she did not want those cows, Greff.
I heard
I've just never seen those.
I heard.
No, okay, we're getting distracted.
You cheated. You learned from my mistake, and you said goats, and that made me look real bad.
Well, yeah, she kind of has like a smile on her face, like, well, yeah, duh. Half-off guy. Yeah. Did you get a name?
No. As far as I know.
Did he have a goatee by any chance?
Oh, yeah. He had like a very slim face and kind of like a lean physique. Had an aura of like, I don't know what word to use, douchebaggery around him. Like, he was really helpful, but like, he gave off this vibe of like, I have a feeling that if I was anybody else, not a farm boy, I would have been impressed by him. But as it was, he just came off kind of iffy. But he gave me a magic ring, and I ain't gonna say anything bad about the guy. He was good.
Greff,
Yes.
So I think, going out on a limb here, did this person happen to have like a green cloak or something?
Greff like looks up to the ceiling and just like, I am pretty sure he had a green cloak, yeah. Okay, who is this guy? You seem to think you know him.
Well, I've heard of him. I've not met him, thank the heavens. But most of the people here in that meeting there, some of them have. And he's what's kind of bringing the blissful eclipse here. He's not a good guy, Greff.
Okay, what? What? I guess I have a lot of weird questions then. Why did he give me a ring? What was he doing in Arcath Isles if he was bringing the blissful eclipse? This was years ago. He's been here that long.
According to the kind of the Grumsh-looking lady over there, he's been here for like 100+ years.
Oh, just standard elf stuff, I guess.
Yeah, I think so. That ring is really rare to start off with. I think there's only like 3, maybe 4 of them in the entire world, and they all do slightly different things. But if he gave that to you, and you were suddenly revealed to be human, he set that up. He set that up to start the wars, and he could use that to track you down. Did he know that you're involved in all of this?
I've not seen him since I saw him in my tent that night, but we have been interacting with Blissful Eclipse agents. If one of them were to describe the markings that the disguise gives me, it is very likely that he could track me down. Or make assumptions, let's phrase it like that.
You have to get rid of that ring.
But then I can't go back to Kino.
So you want him to just find you?
No, I just don't want to be kicked out of Kino.
Look, I'm going to trust you to make the right choice for you. I mean, you've gotten this far and you're not dead. But, Greff,
I can hear
this
that
is really...
Mama gave you the same talk she gave me.
Well, yeah. But I gave her goat, so she gave me good advice, okay?
She didn't have the cow by the time I left. All right, fine. So, whoever this guy is, this Alpha guy,
his name's Dacian.
Okay. Whoever this Dacian guy is, you're scared of him?
Yeah. He, So the Witches Society, they had a new selection process. The tall half-elf lady, the tall half-orc lady, she's used to run it. Her name is Demi, and she told us that a lot of those witches were killed when they were trying to select a new leader by Dacian, and some human that he'd taken over. He slaughtered most of the most powerful witches and wizards in Discora.
I think Greff contemplates what she said, and he just kind of puts the ring on the table at that point, okay, that's bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a lot.
He hasn't killed me yet. He hasn't tracked me down yet. And Greff kind of just flicks the ring on further onto the table. Fine. Ring, I don't know, I'll throw it in a volcano or something stupid. I don't care. I do care. I don't want to lose that part of myself. It's who I've been for a couple of years. But if it...
there might be a way that I can make it safe, but I know the right people to ask how to make it safe for you to have that. But it's going to take time. It's not something we can just do overnight, Greff.
Fine. I bow to your magical wisdom and your superior knowledge about this half-elf Dachin guy.
Yeah. She kind of like does the thing where she like her shoulders straighten up a little bit and she has that harsh smile like, "Aw. Aw."
So, magic.
Yeah.
Annalise says it's not in your blood, so I have no chance of becoming magical.
Oh, thank God.
What do you mean, thank God? How cool
Well,
would it be?
you really got
Brother
into
and
enough
sister in
trouble.
arms, slinging
You got
spells
into
and
enough
swords.
trouble without, like, you got into enough trouble without magic. I can't imagine you actually having magic.
Okay.
It is.
Just because I wasn't a footstool for my younger sisters doesn't mean that I would have caused trouble.
You were never a footstool, more a unwilling carrier of your little sisters.
Stacey, I was talking
All
about
three
you.
of us on your back. What? Me? Just me? Okay.
You were so...
I wasn't that bad.
You would do nothing if Cassie didn't let you do it. You listened to her like she was your very mom.
Well, she was cooler than you. It's because you wouldn't pay attention to any of us and you wouldn't play with any of us. You was like, yeah, big swords and horses and stuff. And
I was farming 90% of the day. Don't you try to say that I was just playing with horses and swords.
Yes, I've got magic. Peculiar kind of magic. I'm a planeswalker. I can helping Apella to figure out where portals will arise, and we think Cicero will fucking stop us, but if another god is to die, then we'll know exactly where that portal is.
Well, it shouldn't
happen to close it
unless they have webs of creation on hand.
Yeah.
But my assumption is that if they had a web of creation, they would have used it.
Maybe. But they've got lots of people that you said trapped in this Wale place.
Mm-hmm.
They could use any of them. They could have any relics that we don't know about. It could be loads. So, but yeah, I mean, I can travel all over this world. If I've been there, I have a very good description. I've been to the Stalk-In. I've been to Cicero and Bellum. I've been all over.
What? That's not real. No, I remember the stories. You need to have your soul removed to get to go to the Stalking. You can't just do that.
I can do that. Your little sister's all grown up. I can do that. Yeah.
All right. You've got a fancy power that lets you take big steps. Well, I've been kicking ass out there, dealing with mechanical beings with souls and fighting clerics of the very blissful eclipse. You're out there taking fancy steps to fancy new places. I hope you picked some nice flowers for Mom.
Yeah. How about your flowers for Mom, Greff?
Hey, I'm not the one who has the fancy step power. How many flowers have you brought, Mom? Real talk.
She put a hand on the back of her neck.
Big pat on the back.
She scratches the back of herself like, well, looking away. I haven't been home in a while. What?
You're better than me, though.
Yeah, I at least talk to Mum on occasion.
Did you give Ma a good heads up?
Yeah, I did. She suggested I go find someone to help me with my magic, since the farm is clearly not helping. Give her a chance. So what are you going to do now?
Apparently I'm going to the Mouth of Clarity, or the Maw of Clarity? What do they call it?
I believe it's Mouth.
Yeah. I'm going to the Mouth of Clarity, apparently. There's more stuff to be done, and I'm traveling with two guys. You saw them earlier, the tabaxi one and the lizard folk one.
Yeah, I've seen the other one's a lizard folk.
That's what he was disguised as, at least.
Disguised as? Greff.
I ain't no snitch. That's as much as you're getting out of me.
Okay, fine.
People,
lizard folk, okay.
People have things that they want to keep private. I've been keeping secret for years now.
Look, when this is all over, will you go home and see Mom before she goes nuts?
I was on my way home until this Mouth of Clarity madness joined the thing. There's already a goblin with a sack of gold on the way to Ma.
But what, a goblin?
Yeah, you've seen goblins, right? You've been around. If you've been to Cicero, surely you've met a goblin.
Seen, I mean, there's Red Knight. I've met them.
No. That's way cooler.
Let me get this right. You sent Ma a goblin named Azed with a sack full of gold.
Yes.
All right. Imagine for a minute your Ma, right? And there's three kids still at home, and they're running around, and the goats are going, because there's a lot of them, and the cows are clanking away. And she opens the door, and there is a 3-foot goblin holding a bag of gold named Azed.
Yes.
And says, "Hi, I'm from Greff."
Yes. Oh, I can't wait to see Azed again. Oh, it's gonna be so funny.
There's gonna be nothing left of the poor boy.
Yeah, I know. He deserves it. He was a complete twat, but he was reliable. That's He was a complete asshole, but he was reliable.
Okay.
He deserves it. He'd been lying to me for a very long time.
What, and you hadn't? He knew you were human?
I told him. Had to tell him to get him tomorrow.
Good point. You could hardly say, "Oh, here's my Ma as a Goliath." It's a human and just got her.
No, does not exactly work. No, me and him have been working together for years now. He's a good goblin guy. How long have you been hanging out with Apella? Don't give me that.
I left home about a year and a bit after you.
Oh, no.
Yeah. It wasn't long. And then I joined the army maybe a year or two after that. Like, I went to this little place for youngsters who have magic but don't know how to control it yet. That's how I met. Well, it doesn't matter. And yeah, they recognized I had certain magics, and I kind of picked up real quick, and then I joined the army.
Apella something else, huh?
Oh, yeah. Yes, she's different for sure. Yeah.
Do you now agree with what I said before I left?
I'm not 100% that she is the savior that you think she is, but she's someone we need right now. Afterwards, I don't know. We need to do more things like this. And she gestures to like the room that you're in with all the people that were just here. We need to do more things like this, I think. Get all the leaders of the world together and figure out how the fuck to be better people. This is just shite.
How did the unifying of the humans go after I left? Like the last 4 years, how's it going?
Well, pretty good. I mean, most towns have a standing militia or standing army now, and almost every youngster can read and write. So there's that going for us. Fanlast is absolutely beautiful, and they just got in a town called Falsum, which is somewhere between the dwarves and the elves and no man's land.
I intended to stop by Falsum, but it just sounded like a boring place. I couldn't. I just kept going.
Oh, it's probably too boring for you. It's probably just too quiet. Not much going on there at all, Greff. I don't even know why I mentioned it. Yeah, you're right.
I mean, like, what's there to do? It's just like a big prison. Like, boring.
Oh yeah, that's totally what they're famous for, Greff. Just a prison.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
They're the last stop before the desert, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. So yeah, it's been going okay.
Good.
It's going pretty well. And then she's just been pulling the forces together, working with the former Queen Rowena. Her son's now the king. She's like an ambassador or something. Working with them and kind of potentially the new king of the elves, and trying to make contact with Helsif here and with
Both the
Baracus,
elves
if I'm
and the
pronouncing it right.
dwarves lost their leader?
Eh?
Oh, sucks to be
Rowena
them
left.
right now.
No, Greff, no. That's not the way to be thinking about it at all.
Oh, you wouldn't believe the smack talk they gave me.
Well, yeah. She kind of gestures to all of Greff.
I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about how high and mighty they talked about their kings and their queens.
Well,
Oh, Queen Rowena, she has lorded for us for 150 years. You humans wouldn't understand what it's like to have a ruler like that. You die within the span of a life of a fly.
I guess it is a bit different when you live like hundreds of years, Greff. We are just snaps in the wind, but it doesn't mean we can't be big snaps. Just they're different to us. It's fine.
That's what Apella is bringing. I'm believing her.
So I hope. Just look, I know that she doesn't remember you and anything, but
Greff looks annoyed, like shocked a little bit. Like,
I know she doesn't really remember you and everything, but don't let her pull you to her bed. Just don't do that. Okay?
What?
Don't fuck Apella.
okay, first of all, yes, I will. Second of all, why not?
Just she doesn't treat her bedfellows great afterwards. It's a lot of ignoring, not of talking to, kind of like it's one and done. So just don't. Also, it would make it awkward for me. So she's like my boss. So please don't.
You say you can walk anywhere.
Yeah, kind of give or take. If I get a good enough description, then it's not too massively shielded, although even sometimes that can get through different planes, different places. Yeah, for the most part.
How long do you have off right now? Do you need to go somewhere?
Greff, why do I feel like we've barely been in the same room for 30 minutes and are already about to get me in trouble?
There's no trouble where we're going. Only good times. You see, there's this bar that...
Okay. Okay. We can leave them drinking wherever in the world Greff wants to go drinking,
Where do you think he's taking her?
You're taking her to the leaky bucket,
Of
aren't you?
course I'm taking her to the leaky bucket. I have to meet with that tiefling that I left in charge. Make sure that she hasn't burnt the bar down or let it burn down by
And
itself.
also bring back Jane Kisso to meet Baskin.
Yeah.
No, Jen Kisso's on a boat. Jen Kisso is already in... Jen Kisso is in Discora, and he's in a bar waiting for the main team to go back to the bar.
What bar? Greff wants to go there, pick up Jen Kisso and bring him to the leaky bucket.
No. All right.
Okay.
Provided you're both heavily disguised, yes, she can make that happen. You can both go spend the evening at the lucky bucket or leaky bucket, and we can leave them to it, and they'll reappear in the morning at some ungodly hour. And yeah, okay, great, cool. They're the fucking worst. Ivoris,
I can't
is this
believe
something you want to do?
I can't believe it.
What?
Nothing. Don't
I
worry
need
about
to
it.
go talk to Sanatos, the tiefling lady that runs my bar. I'll be back in a couple of hours, shit-faced and probably a lot poorer.
It's not even just that. It's not even just one thing, Greff.
You're a human, Greff. You're a human trying to go to the leaky bucket. Sanatos isn't going to recognize you.
The ring's back on! Fuck Dayton and anything he pretends. He can make me take out like a couple of witches, but he's never fought a real barman. Never
I don't care who you are. Get the fuck out of my bar. No, Greff, you're the worst. All right. Ivoris,
Yeah.
you said you had something you could potentially want to do, and you were the next in the roll order.
Well, I do want to do a quick thing, and he's had something on his mind that he's like been wanting to do if it ever became convenient for a while, but I think it just now became something that like he thinks he needs to do.
Okay.
As we figure out what we're doing and what our purpose is. So in any sense, the first thing he wants to do is, and this might be seen as manipulative, but he calls it tactical. I just want to buy everyone on the boat like a keg. I want to just like take everyone on the boat drinks. I want to buy everyone drinks. It's a simple gesture, you know?
Yeah.
But it might come off as trying too hard. That's fine, you know?
Okay.
But it's all he knows how to do is throw
this.
money at things to hope that like people like him, and he like, you know.
Yeah.
He has a history of people being able to like talk the people around him into, I don't know, sticking daggers in his eye. You know, all it takes is one person to come and say, "Hey, I don't know about this one," and the next thing I know,
see, Ivoris. No, I'm not good with that one. Let's get rid of that one. Okay, yeah. Athel, you named the barman.
yeah, I named him Ka.
Ka.
Was it Kapla?
it was Kapla. There it is. That's it.
Fucking worst. Yeah, like you can definitely head back to the bar and try and negotiate with Kapla for a bunch of kegs.
Yeah.
He in like very broken kind of like Kino common. Like he's trying to learn both Kino and Discora Common. They're both really broken. The Kino is slightly better, and he basically communicates to you that he only really has 3 or 4 spare kegs, and he tries to show you this kind of like grain looking thing that it's made out of, like trying to indicate like this is really strong. And yeah, you end up with these kegs. Could you roll a persuasion check for me, and I'll tell you how expensive these particular kegs are. Okay. I know what's in this.
Okay. He also wants to pick up a bottle of something, like
yeah, sure.
Whatever is on the
only thing you'd get on this island would be blood wine.
Okay, no like hard liquor or anything.
It would kind of be like blood wine, stouts, and ales. There's not really much of the other like hardy stuff.
Gotcha.
Mostly it's blood wine. If you're looking for kegs of non-blood wine, they're a little bit more expensive and hardier, but everything else, however, is just variations on blood wine.
I don't know why I picture orcs being the type to drink rum, but I do.
It's a 28 persuasion.
Okay, each of these kegs cost you like 2 gold, and they're not like massive. They're kind of small. And when he shows you what comes out of them, it's this like really dark fluid that he's like pouring out really, really slowly. And it has like this really thick, like white kind of head on it. Basically, it's Guinness. And he kind of has like 3 of these he can give you. It would be enough to get the ship like shit-faced like one evening, but not much more beyond that. If they ration out their Guinness, it would take them some time. But this is like good tasting stuff.
As long as it's like,
and the blood wine would just set you back
helps
1 gold.
them pass time on the beach, you know, is kind of his thought process. So
yeah, I mean, most of them are currently on land, and then you do see them as you like head back to the bar to talk to Kapla. Like you do see them around, and they're kind of mingling, and you see they're getting involved with some of the other orcs that are staying up really late at night. They're the ones doing patrol, and they just seem to be vibing. They definitely don't speak the same language, but there's definite vibes going on here. They appreciate your purchase.
Wonderful.
Some of them do have some raised eyebrows, or some of them are a little like concerned. Baskin like basically just, you know, indicates that this is a good move, but he's also just like, it's okay. It's okay. Ivoris is maybe trying too hard, but Ivoris seems to have picked up the crew likes this. He indicates the stout.
Yeah.
They will remember and appreciate.
Just thought I'd help. Nothing more than that, really.
It's good. Ivoris is doing good.
Yeah, and he gives the blood wine specifically to Baskin's like second in command, with the thanks for like keeping him safe and stuff, and just
Yeah.
wants to make everyone know that, like, because he knows that they know he was like a cop or whatever. So like he's really he's going overboard on purpose, perhaps, but that's fine to him because like he has a lot to kind of prove, I guess.
Yeah, like you know that Baskin has like basically like two right-hand people, one which he can use when it's Discora crew, or one which is like one which he can use when it's mostly Kino and they're in the ports, and one which he can just use when they're out and about at sea.
I would have picked up 2 bottles then.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, absolutely fine.
Yeah.
So you just knock yourself out like 8 gold or something.
Cool.
They both seem very happy. The halfling's holding this like giant bottle of like blood wine that's slightly like bigger than their head. And they're just like, yeah, thanks, mate. This is great, nice one. They speak fluent Kino. But yeah, like the halfling just seems to be like real chuffed with it. The Tabaxi second in command, like a little bit wary of you, and you think it's more of a protective based thing around Baskin than it is like, fuck you, I don't like you. It's he's protective of him and he doesn't want to see him hurt.
That's totally fine. He doesn't try any harder when he sees that. He just it does this thing and goes away, you know.
Okay. Could I have you roll a constitution check, please?
Constitution. Uh-oh.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not good at
Did you just
those.
get drugged or something? What the fuck?
No, this is not related to you whatsoever at all.
Oh, the whole crew hungry shit face.
It's just a consequence of your actions.
Oh, well, it sucks.
Hope we didn't need to go anywhere tomorrow.
Not very good at those.
Oh, no.
So, what did the crew get in their constitution?
A 13?
Okay, great. When you wake up in the morning,
shouldn't it
you
have
can
been
see.
a save?
Yes. Okay. Yes, you're correct.
I just.
If your plus your save is less
This
than
is
your basic
cheating.
constitution,
This is cheating, but I'm trying to get a reroll. Oh, it's a non-natural 20. What?
Okay, well that's fuck you, Neil. The crew are a little worse for wear. They're not like completely blacked out, lying in each other's shoes, sorts of thing, or like lying in a heap on the beach, like completely covered in sand and like things doodle on their faces. They're not quite that bad, but they are definitely hungover. They are definitely kind of teetering around a little bit. This unnamed, unlabeled stout was pretty strong. They're hungover, but they're not the worst for wear. They'll be okay. Good job.
Yay. Oh my goodness.
Kaz, is there something you wanted to do this evening?
Twofold.
Okay.
I need to have
Hit
a
me.
conversation in my head twice.
Oh gosh.
Well, okay, arguably the one is in someone else's head, but they need to be asleep for that part.
Okay, all right. Yeah. Cool. Cool.
I don't know.
Which one do you want to do first?
Let's do the one
it
that's
would
on
make
speed dial.
Yeah, I was going to say, it makes sense to do the one that you can do right away versus the one you have to wait for.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
go
at
right
some point after that meeting and everything, Vox just finds like a quiet clearing somewhere that's still within earshot,
Yeah.
just for the sake of if shit hits the ceiling, because at this point, paranoia.
Okay.
And then just kind of sits down, leaning up against it like a tree or something like that. And
Yeah.
so I think it's about time the three of us had a talk again.
Yeah.
We kind of have a lot of shit going on here. It's
Yeah. I think things have probably come to a bit of a head, and I think we kind of need to figure out directions and, figure out what you want to do.
well, that's the million gold question, isn't it?
It is. Whatever you want to do, we will support you best as we can. But as things are getting closer, we're beginning to see the stars fade from the sky. Things are becoming busy for us too. But whatever we can do to help.
It's yours. All of it. What do you need? What do you want to do?
I mean, from the sound of things, it seems like we're going to this mouth, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm. I think this is probably a question better suited to the traveler than it is to me, because I'm more about the nature stuff, and this definitely is a bit more of a...
Well-travelled, more chaotic route in life, yes. Mouth of Clarity is one of the last bastions for chaos magic. Old magic, as you would know it.
That's the needing to put extra sacrifices and stuff in you. That sort of magic.
Correct. Back in the old times when magic was more random, the cost was never set down. It was always a barter. Much as you would barter away mushrooms for this, that, or the other, the price would fluctuate, and it would never be fair to the caster. Magic was new. Old magic now, but it was new then. This is the last bastion for completely chaotic wild magic. Almost anything could happen there.
So what, I'll cast a spell and next thing you know I'm growing 2 heads or something?
Something like that, but it would probably also allow you to actually grow 2 heads if you wanted to.
I don't think
it could allow you to, in theory, you could cast magic that would make yourself or your friends immune to certain things. You could reverse aging. That would come at a very hefty price. You could change your form completely. Become like an animal, or there were rumours once, not that I'm 100% sure, but there were rumours once that dragons once came from there too.
I don't know about all that, but okay. That sounds terrifying though.
Yeah, it wasn't great. And the people who cast magic way back then, they kind of suffered a lot. Like a lot. It wasn't fun to become a very powerful sorcerer, but some people did it anyway. You know, pursuit of power and magic and all that stuff.
I don't know if I've got that kind of mental fortitude.
I've seen a lot of people driven crazy because of it. It's not fun. But that sort of power, that raw power, the right person channeling and handling that power, it could do great many things. Great terrible things, but great good things too. It's a place where gods should not really tread. It's for mortals to decide what to do with that power.
I feel like you're kind of leading me to a certain conclusion.
Kind of. Like, we wouldn't really be able to step too much on that island with you. But, you know, you still have access to some of my powers, and if you need it, I know at least I'll brave it.
What is it you're thinking you want me doing? We've been thinking this together for long enough. Just let's not pretend that there's not secrets between us, I'm sure.
Of course there are. There are some things that, as a mortal, you cannot know.
Of course.
And there are some things as a god that we should not pry into your life about. There is control, and there is freedoms. And we aren't, either of us, the kind to control you. You should have your freedoms and your secrets. Other gods do not necessarily think the same. But you, with these two, with Ivoris and with Greff, and with Tauri, you showed yourself to be very adaptable, you make a good part of that team. And as far as we understand, there'll be much great good to be done by going to the Mouth of Clarity. I would like you to travel that path. But if you don't wish to, then I understand that, of course, but I think you'd be a great use there.
I just don't want you to lose maybe who you are. Person who likes to grow things. To grow things, you kind of need to be a little bit of a stay-at-home person. You can't just go off and leave them untended. I just don't want you to forget who you are, even though we really need people to help us right now.
Then I guess we gotta find a compromise. Or at least a way to perhaps work around what the typical results would be. I mean, as you said, this place that apparently we're going to is ripe with magic that might be able to do things that can't normally be done, yeah?
Yeah, and you might be able to get magics that will help you. In fact, all of you might. Possibly not Greff, though. Possibly not Greff. But you and Ivoris for sure might find magics that you'll both find really useful. But of course, that's where Kells is killing us. And I don't want to say it, but sometimes you do have to pull up the weed and destroy it. But whatever you choose, we'll be there. Well, best as we can. I'll be there at least.
Yes, I can't step foot there. That's just a little too chaotic magic for my liking.
I'm definitely going, and we'll see what happens, I guess. I need to think on how we can best do things. Because if you two are going to be fighting, whether that be a day from now, a week from now, a month from now, I don't know. However, whenever it happens, wherever it happens...
We don't know.
If it's a case of you need me in order to do that, then...
Thank you.
I guess it's better to leave a tilled field for someone else to work on than to leave it a barren landscape.
You feel in that moment like Shantae is wrapping her arms around you and just giving you a very big hug, albeit brief.
Good. You should get some rest. For sure. You need rest.
I gotta do one thing first. I gotta go hop someone else's dreams.
Admiralov. She travels well. She should be sleeping soon.
Good, because otherwise I'm gonna be sitting here for a while looking real fucking awkward.
All right. Yeah, like you see a lot of the stars out, and you do notice what they'd mentioned of the stars have some of them begun to fade or completely disappear from the night sky completely. And as you kind of get that feeling, it's like 2-ish in the morning. You get that good vibe, like, yeah, now's probably the right time to hit up Adamlov.
Okay, then in that case, when that happens, Vox will ritual cast Dream.
Okay. You find yourself standing on the parapets of a castle. You find yourself looking either side, and you can see crenulations. You can see that there are some bows, there are some crossbows that are, at less than a hand's reach from bolts and from arrows. You can tell that the sun is very bright and very warm, but it just has that kind of like haze in it. It's not quite right. The colours aren't exactly perfect either. They're slightly odd, like, someone has hued over them with slightly too much purple or slightly too much red. It's not quite right. The contrasts are a little more tense than they should be. And you just see Adamlov just kind of like sitting in what looks like a deck chair, just kind of like surveying the castle grounds. She's just looking over this very big and very stereotypical beautiful castle. There is not a single person around. There's just occasionally the chirping of a bird.
I think Vox just like kind of walks up next to Adnilov and you've got very humble aspirations here.
Huh?
Hi.
Oh, I guess pull up a chair, my darling. And she kind of gestures one hand, and it is almost as if a chair just appears out of nowhere for you to sit.
Thanks. Do I want to ask what all this is about?
Oh, it's just a castle. I think I saw this as a child, or I read it in a book once, or my brother made a model of it. I'm not really sure.
Mm-hmm. How's it going on the road?
This isn't a normal dream, is it?
No. Hi, I'm really here. You're going to remember all of this now. You're welcome.
Great. I just wanted to relax, have a drink, have a bit of a sleep. All right. What can I help you with?
This is the only form of sending, and he does like air quotes on it. It's the only form of sending I really got for you, so...
You do the little air quotes, and these kind of little, like, really tiny clouds just appear from the air quote area.
Uh-huh.
They just float around either side of you.
Yeah, it was either that or I tried to send you like a bird or something like that, but the problem is the spell probably wouldn't have worked and it would have stopped halfway through. So, this is better.
Yeah, Alice and I are quite far to the south. How goes it? Where are you?
We met with the leaders, like all of them.
Oh, so you're on the islands,
right?
Is Barakas okay? Did they make it?
Oh yeah, no, totally fine. Was very happy to see us. It was great.
Good.
We had a long chat. Apparently, from the sounds of it, we're going to be going to the Mouth of Clarity. It sounds like.
Yes.
Should be an interesting experience.
If I had my way in what you were to be doing, I'd send you there as well.
Oh.
I think you for assaulting Wale is probably not a smart idea. Small tactical strike force is what you do best.
Yeah, it's I don't know what the fuck we are, what we do, but we're good at it. Apparently, we're not dead yet. I'm not dead yet. There was that one.
Well,
there was the one friend that.
I don't want to talk about that, please.
Sorry.
And like, just everything like around you gets darker, and all the lights seem to like dim down a little bit.
Sorry.
She's also very upset.
How are things going with you? Are you holding up okay?
We're doing good. We met with most of the leaders of the different assemblies, and we I think we're slowly getting there. There's one person I have to go, unfortunately, hunt down. They seem to be a little bit more in line with Kells than we'd initially want, but that's okay. We can deal with them. And yeah, we're getting there. We have a few different outposts to reach out to, and then we should have made connection with the entire network. Arliss works fast when he puts his mind to it.
That's good. Well,
yeah,
no, I guess that's good. If it matters at all, I don't know if you had the contact with the one outpost we went to. What the hell was the names? I think it was like Mia and Shadow. That was it.
No, their names don't. To be honest, Vox, we've mostly just been trying to make contact with the upper ups.
I mean, I can't personally attest to the higher ups and everything, but if you do reach out to them, maybe mention me as I used to be, and I think they'd probably be a little more inclined to listen. They didn't really.
I try not to mention any of you at all.
What's that supposed to mean?
I want to protect you.
Okay.
And I don't want them to know that you're a link to me.
Okay.
It keeps you safe. It keeps me safe also. If
That's
they know
fair.
I could get to you three via me, I would be losing more than one hand. So let's not be doing that, shall we?
No, that's fair. That's fair.
We're doing okay. We're nearly there, we think. And then we should be ready to properly interact with the rest of the world. How are things going on the island?
From what I can tell, a little bit tense. It seems a little, I don't know. It seems like everybody kind of has a stick up their ass.
Unfortunately, most people in power do. It's just an occasional side effect, I'm afraid.
Well, not everybody can live quite as wild and free as I would like to be, but whatever.
One day. One day.
Hopefully.
Anything else to report?
I will try to check in with you again when I can.
Please do. Please. Please do. I would muchly appreciate that. Could you make a wisdom saving throw, please?
Uh-oh. Oh, wait, hold on. I have to...
I think I know what you're up to, V, and I approve.
You're about to make me fucking get assaulted by a Sandman, ain't you? I'm gonna be upset.
Arch is on the same wavelength as me. Arch, you're very smart, clearly.
Thank you. Okay, that's 13 plus 9, so that's 22?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, that's close enough. You get the shaking at the edge of your vision. And as you kind of both turn and look, you can look down to the other side of the castle wall. And you see this kind of very tall creature, this humanoid creature that seems to be bent over slightly. Their hands are kind of scraping the ground like long nails. And they're kind of wearing what looks like a cloak made of shadows. You can't really see their features at all, being so far away. But they're definitely making their way towards you. And Adelov turns to you and she says, "Okay, well, that's new. Something of yours?"
No, I don't know what that is. That's not supposed to be here. I'm gonna go.
Yeah, I'm just not a fan. Not a fan.
No, I'm gonna go. I had something important I wanted to talk about. We'll talk about it another time. No, it's fine.
Just maybe not tomorrow. I'm probably going to be all night watch tomorrow. And you can see this thing still stalking its way closer to you, but she's not really paying attention to it much right now. Maybe not tomorrow. I'm probably going to be pulling an all night watch, so maybe evening after.
Yeah, definitely. The evening after, not the evening after that, for sure.
Yeah, you see her nod once, as if she's gotten what you said, and she's like, "Okay, no problem."
Okay, I'm gonna. No, you hang up.
How do I even? And at that point,
Vox comes out of that and is like, "Okay, were you two watching that? What the fuck was that?"
Oh, Greff is not here.
No, not them.
That voice is in his head.
The other ones. They both respond that they try not to watch in on your dreams.
Okay. Creepy looking, scary looking, big tall dude, kind of hunched over, mangly looking hands, cloak of shadows, appeared in a dream that I did not want being there.
Right, yeah.
What do you mean you're right? Yeah, what?
Maybe just be a little careful about how often you do that, because you're kind of stepping on a certain celestial set of beings' toeses, and they don't really appreciate people fucking around in dreams.
You couldn't have warned me that before I cast the fucking spell?
Well, it's not, they don't really, I mean, they suffered a massive loss recently. I didn't think they'd be quite ready to get back on the horse just yet.
Okay.
Just a little bit easy. The Sandmen are a little bit, tetchy
Sandmen,
about
okay.
people messing with them. Well, yeah,
Good, good, great. Glad to know that. Okay.
I'll try and put a good word in and ask them to stop, but they are an entity unto themselves.
Oh, okay, good. Right. Yeah.
You'll be fine.
Yeah, fine is a relative term.
Just run and treat them with respect.
Okay.
Just maybe not every night, huh?
No, that wasn't the plan. Definitely not now with that. I think I'm gonna go. You know what? Maybe sleep is okay. I'm going to go ahead and say that Vox does not sleep that night. I will take the level of exhaustion.
Very fair.
Vox is like...
You can do one night without sleeping without exhaustion, so long as you sleep tomorrow, you're fine.
Vox's paranoia at that point is like, no, I'm good.
Yeah. All right. The next morning rolls around in that case. As the next morning rolls around, Greff, your sister kind of very drunkenly, hanging off of you at one point. You find yourself in a forest. You think you're on Celsius Island, but you have to end up basically carrying her back to the village. She is very drunk.
And over there is the tree where I carved my name in, or it might be that tree. Let me keep going. I'll probably find the tree in a couple of minutes.
I can't see. Greff, there's like two of them. Oh no. You get her back fine. You put her in the inn. Kaplas, picks up your sister, dumps her down on a bed. He takes care of her. But it is morning. You have not slept either. And then you find your way back outside. The same with Ivoris. Once you wake up in the morning and see that most of the sailors are hungover. Not blind drunk, but hungover. The three of you make your way to a part in the village where you say goodbye to Tauri. And at that point, Ivoris, you spot a fairly large brownish mouse diving into the window where you know that the council was being held, the kind of long hall. You notice that a lot of the same people from yesterday are going back there. You see the kind of half-orc lady, Demi, running back in there. You see Apella appearing and entering in. You see Rowena is going in. You can see that Red Knight is going back there. Baraka seems to be a little bit absent this morning. Maybe he too is hungover. You see a bunch of people going back in there. And you see this kind of brown mouse just jumping in through the window. It's seems to be getting bigger, I guess, as you see it, as you finally focus on it, Ivoris. I think you're the one who noticed it at the end of the last episode. You see it just get bigger and bigger as it dives through the window and disappears into the darkness. So, what do the three of you want to do?
I think Greff's pouring out water in his water skin into his hand and splashing it across his face, trying to wash away some of the bullshit from last night.
Some of the sin of the night before.
You good?
Yeah, just Daisy. Never expected her to be able to hold her liquor that well, but I won. He says, and as he splashes more onto his face, his bloodshot eyes. All right. He's kind of frizzling up his hair, shooting water everywhere. All right. What are we doing today? It is today, right? It's not tomorrow night, right?
I mean, if we're going to get into that, the whole discussion of time and the concept that there is no such actual thing as tomorrow, because when tomorrow arrives, it's actually today. But let's not get into that.
Is that sun rising?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Why are there two of them?
What do you mean? There's always been two suns.
Nobody ever looked up in Bikron.
Two suns,
That's why the
6
days
moons.
are 27 hours long. No, stop it. Stop looking up. You can only look up at night when there's only the stars.
I don't remember our audience being requested yesterday. So, are we just going to invite ourselves? I mean, we are pretty important, if I do say so myself.
I think it would be best if we discuss amongst ourselves first what it is that we want to do. And I kind of have an opinion on the matter.
Yeah, of course you do.
I mean, I had a conversation with, my two friends, and then I had a conversation with Adnalov, and
you had a busy evening.
Not really. It mostly just consisted of me sitting against a tree having a jolly old time up until the end of the Adnalov part. I'll get to that.
Okay. Please do.
The long and short of it is, my two friends and Adnalov are of the opinion that the group of us going to the Mouth of Clarity would probably be a very good use of our particular set of skills, as it was put.
Yeah.
Adnilov, in particular, definitely thinks that that would be a good course for us. My two friends as well are very much of the opinion that we could probably do some good, and did give us a bit of a word of warning about the place because it's chaotic magic and it's the old magic and stuff like that.
Oh, that sounds bad. I don't old magic. Like I know there's something about like old magic and new magic, but what do you mean?
So the way it was explained to me was back when magic was first like a thing.
Mm-hmm.
It was more a case of for you to do magic, you kind of had to sacrifice some stuff, like you had to give what you got. So it's like for me to cast a healing spell, I'd probably have to lose out on like I don't know. God, I don't. I mean, maybe I don't know the exact conversion rate here, so take it with a grain of salt. But very much a case of depending on what you're trying to do, there's usually a lot more involved in what you have to give.
But that's not the thing anymore. Like I've seen Ivoris cast healing spells left and right, and he doesn't lose every single digit.
Right, we're using a different form of magic that's a more modern version that doesn't require us doing the whole sacrificing and that whole spiel.
Interesting. Okay. Well, sounds like it's not going to be a problem for me, but the two of you might be in a bit of a pickle.
From what I was told, the way it was explained is we should be okay.
Mm-hmm.
We might get something beneficial out of it. At the same time, though, we need to be very careful because this is very powerful shit, and in the wrong hands can do a lot of harm. This is the way it was explained to me.
Why do I feel like I'm going to get the short end of the stick?
Because you have 0 magical aptitude.
I have a feeling the two of you are going to do something stupid with magic, and I'm going to be there left to pick up the pieces, including the two of you.
No. I am the most responsible one when it comes to the use of magic, okay?
You're also the most humble?
I like to think so. You don't think I'm humble?
Greff grabs onto Walk's kind of shoulder, pulls him in yep. I think you're right though, and kind of releases him. We have to. Let me rephrase this. I don't want it to be us who have to do the big, scary, dangerous things, but we have proven ourselves very capable, and I believe it would be. Actually, before I finish my sentence, my thought, Ivoris.
Yeah.
What is your feeling about this whole thing? The Mouth of Clarity, old magic. What is it that we're getting there? We're recovering artifacts or people? People, right?
No, that's the other place.
Oh,
the Mouth of Clarity is where Kels is doing the killing.
We're just trying to take away more of their tools, kind of. Same as
right.
we've been doing.
More artifacts, more, tools. Sorry.
That's where the gods are getting killed.
Right. Sorry, I flipped it in my head.
I don't know. I've been distracted.
Dendar's not exactly leaving you an open line.
I don't expect Dindar to have the answers necessarily.
Probably does, just doesn't want to share them.
Ivoris, what are you thinking? Do you think this is a bad plan? Let me rephrase that. Do you think this is a unnecessarily dangerous plan?
I don't know what's going to be there. I haven't looked into it. I guess I should. But I don't know.
That has been one of the more powerful tools we have, your ability to kind of peek into the future.
Yeah, I just, I worry that I talked us out of doing something important that, Kels.
Kels?
I don't know. You both seem like you really wanted to go and do that, and I really didn't. I think because things are really kind of working out for me.
Yeah.
But I wonder if I have missed Savras's, what he saw in me. If I missed that purpose in not pursuing Kels. I don't know. I don't know what Savras saw.
I think we should have fought Kels. I do think that. But I also think you guys
Ivoris
were
looks
right.
guilty.
But I also think that the two of you were right, and that it was what I just earlier said, an unnecessarily dangerous plan. I think you saved my life. I think I had visions of glory of returning back home with the death of Kels on my back, something that I could lord over everybody.
I don't know. I guess I just feel bad for being scared to do things, take the risks to achieve something that Savras might have seen.
Greff's like tilting his head sideways, like contemplating the words you're saying.
I've been meaning to talk to Scamos, but the time hasn't really, If I could find someone who knew that kind of magic, I could ask maybe. Maybe he would answer now. We never talked before about the specifics. V's upset.
No. I'm thinking, like, who could have that ability? Like, that's really nearby to you. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Well, not my sister. She's a teleporter, not a necromancer.
She's a planeswalker, yeah. Yeah, not the same.
Who has been to both of the planes of the dead. But we'll ignore that.
Oh no, are we going on a side quest?
Wait, what? No. Guys, no. No. You see, Karin? Do not go on a side quest.
We'll bring her along.
I was actually going to drop a little line in there to transition.
I mean, it's fine. I mean, it's fine. If all of you want to go on the side quest, and Karin, you can hang around as long as you like. There is no pressure for you ever to leave. But on the same note, guys, please.
You want to go to Bellum? Let me just grab my rat and we'll go.
Hey, I have a sister who can teleport us anywhere in existence. Fuck.
Very handy, that.
Ivoris, I don't think you were scared of Baracus? No, that's our guy.
Scamos. Scamos.
No, not Scamos. The bad guy on our side. Kels, thank you. So many fake names. I don't think you were afraid of Kels. I think you made a smart choice. And I think you're blaming yourself for it.
I made a choice,
do.
Greff, but it might have not been a smart choice. I mean, whenever are we going to get the chance to go at this again with 2 dragons? Never. We've missed that opportunity now, and we'll never get it back.
Somebody more important, more powerful than us has to deal with Kels. That's not our story. We're foot soldiers. We're the Kino Initiative Task Force 10. We're not like Kels. We're not like them. They're something else.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say that. What kind of specialists?
We are very special.
I still can't forget, Greff, that there was a point in my life where I had a purpose that I actually, was waiting for. Even if I'm content in all the things happening in my life now, I have to wonder if I'm where I need to be, or if I've strayed from the possibilities that Savras, perceived. Who knows? I barely have scratched the surface on how any of the future stuff works, and perhaps that's my fault, but
isn't it just as likely that you have walked exactly the path that Savras set for you or foresaw?
I don't know. I'll figure. This is just something. I don't know, Greff.
I know.
I have a lot of thoughts right now. I'm trying to work it all out and find the best path, but I don't know.
I know, Ivoris, but I'm what I'm saying is I can see that you're doubting yourself, and I'm telling you that you're contemplating the actions of gods. Like, that is so far beyond our understanding. Well, at least mine. I don't know. You did have a direct line to more than one god in your lifetime. But I think there's a part of gods that is just faith. It's just to believe. They can't spell it all out to us. They are literally perceiving the lives of thousands, if not millions of people all across Bikron. They can't spell it out for every single one of us. There's a limit to what they can do. And Savras did his best for you. I believe that. And I believe that he chose you for a good reason. That's because you are a good leader. You've got a good head on your shoulders. You're smart.
Yeah, thanks, Greff. I just still have to worry, you know?
Yeah.
That I'm in the right, you know, I don't know.
And please, keep worrying.
Savras is dead. I have no way to to know. The only hope that I have would be talking to Skamos, which I can try to do later, but right now I think we should...
Let's hear what the fancy people in their big chairs have to say. Maybe they have a more concrete set of ideas.
Perfect segue. A moment or two before you decide to go step in with the bigwigs in their big chairs. Inside the long hall, a few of these people are sitting and talking. And then someone looks up. Demi Grumsh looks up at the kind of ceiling area, and you see their features become suddenly very human. Almost all of Grumsh is gone as their eyes turn multicolored in effect. You see Red Knight kind of put a hand on their sword and look up in the same direction. Not the same kind of multicolored effects going on, but they're definitely searching and looking for something. What does Demi see when she looks up, Suvi?
She's looking at the window, right? Or no? Up at the...
Yes. She's kind of like looking where you're hidden.
Okay. So what she sees is basically a little bit of a... Maybe Suvi's behind a curtain. Does that make sense? Yeah,
there could be curtains in here.
So
why not? Okay.
She sees the curtain kind of move, and then she hears a little mousy squeak as something is falling down behind the curtain to the floor, and it's a very big rat at the point of impact. And then, which quickly turns into a very small, very confused-looking gnome in brown, who has brown hair and freckles and brown robes and branch in her hand, which is carved, and is looking completely disheveled and confused, and says, I'm so sorry. I forgot. I thought I had another one. I played around as an octopus last night. All right. Hello. There's a lot of you, aren't there?
You see basically everyone with almost everybody with their hands like clamped on their weapons. You see Rowena, like the dwarven lady, look up a little bit confused and look over at you. You see Apella immediately has a hand on a weapon and has it drawn. The same with the goblin, Red Knight. And you see that Demi, in like basically almost fully human, her hands are completely covered in fur and they're aimed directly at you. And you just hear her shout like, "How long have you been here?" And the three of you outside can hear this too.
Only a few minutes. I'm Sylvie. Hello.
Who sent you? You kind of want to be a little bit more precise on who sent you right now, because I think you're just standing there just freaking the fuck out. It's not really a very good disguise. And she kind of stands up on the table, so she's leaning over you much more.
Lilira sent me. I have a task to do. I'm sorry. All right. I'm Suvi. Suvi Farblane Pillacas from the Humming Forest of the Cockalow Village, and I'm on a mission.
Could you make a persuasion roll for me, please?
Yep.
If y'all thought it was bad having one druid in the party with massive anxiety issues, welcome to having two.
I'm leaving the two of you behind on the fucking magic island.
Okay, what was I rolling? Sorry.
Persuasion roll, please.
Okay.
You get panic attacks? Wow, me too.
Oops.
Oh, no.
That's not good. I rolled a 2.
Oh,
Oh, boy.
no. That's super not
Yep.
good.
Please don't kill me.
All right. Well, I don't think I can kill you with this spell, but I'll give it a shot.
Master spell.
Could you please make a wisdom saving throw, please?
Okay. So I suck at roll 20. Where is that just wisdom or is it somewhere else?
So, above where it says like all your different skills like acrobatics and yada yada yada, the core
there we go.
The core.
Got it.
Yeah, they're just above it in the saving throw
Okay,
spots.
14.
14. You failed.
crap.
Is much higher. You are paralyzed.
Fair.
As you feel like your body completely freeze in place in whatever position you may wish to be in at this particular moment. You can kind of see like there's a little bit of fire, just kind of like little motes of it going off all around you. And you see, for the three of you outside, you see Apella, Rowena, and Red Knight, basically just Red Knight pushing the human and the dwarf out of the room, as you just kind of see this like big motor fire building up in like the middle of this kind of like long hall. What do you want to do?
I feel like Greff is kicking in the door around this time.
Yeah, right. We're all running in just like magic and swords and shit. Like, what the fuck's going on?
Can I talk or not?
Just very falteringly, so only like odd words here and there.
I'll chill out for a bit then. See what happens.
For the three of you busting in the room, or two of you, or one of you, however many of you are busting you with sword, shields, and you know, demon magic. You basically bust in and you see like a human you kind of maybe half recognize as a similar to the orc lady that you've seen before. And you see that kind of like against the wall, completely frozen in place in a very unnatural position, this kind of terrified looking like gnome. Yeah, she's completely frozen in place.
Greff stops in such a way that he still has his eye on Demi because who are you and how long have you been there was uttered, and now there's a person that kinda looks like another person that used to be there, so Greff's like, oh no, it's magic! Oh, I'm gonna have to kill so many people.
Which one of these two? Greff having that which one of these do I kill moment?
Yes. So
he's the bad guy.
No,
No, I'm the real one. Shoot him.
I'll cut you both in twain.
The four of you see this kind of like very big fireball just like building in front of Demi, and Suvi, you feel like the kind of top half of your body, like the kind of the head part of your body become like a little bit more lucid, and you can see that she's moving her hand to control very precisely the whole person on you, and she says, just to make this really, really clear, Lilyra is like super, super, super dead. So she's like one of the ladies to go to gods, because you kind of want to be really precise on exactly what you mean by a dead god sent me.
As Lilyra died, she did a sending a song. It was beautiful for me to go to the mouth of clarity and perform Lilyra's ritual to defeat Kels.
You see Demi clench her hands, and you see the fireball just kind of fly at you and up and out the window. And you just hear this and an immense like rush of warmth behind you, and you feel the spell drop.
Okay, Suvi is completely terrified and falls into a little sort of lump on the floor.
Thank you. You're very tall.
I'm actually really, really, really short. I mean, I'm taller than like two people that I care immensely about, but everyone else is like much, much, much taller than me. And she kind of jumps off the table in front of you. And she kind of like offers her hand and like, I'm sorry, but you kind of understand like what you just stumbled in was like a really big thing. And then you just uttering the words, oh yeah, dead God sent me sort of thing. Well, Lylia's sent you. And then being a part of this meeting when we're trying to be like super secret and selfie about it. And we also just happen to mention like the mouth of Kai. That's kind of like a really big step, but I know what it's like to have gods do weird things to you. So like, I apologize for scaring you, but you have to understand the position that we're in. And she, again, just lends you a hand to kind of like roughly pulls you onto your feet.
I like you.
Talking about super secret
Demi.
meetings.
And she puts her other hand out to you, even though one of her hands are holding on to you to shake your spare hand.
I'm Sylvie. Nice. Hello.
Nice to meet you. Oh, hi.
Talking
Hi.
about super secret meetings. Somebody called something like Dame Jin gave me this ring, and my sister was super upset about that.
Danger.
Good way to open talks.
Right, okay, of course that's the sort of thing. I'm assuming that you're the human that broke the treaty between Kino and Disco.
That's the guy. Greff's my name.
Cool.
Hey, if you guys are gonna throw it around like a fact, I'm gonna own it. Like, you guys don't know.
Do you know, I kind of respect that. That's a kind of very, like, proactive, happy mental attitude to take, but that's a really stupid dumb... Anyway, the ring, give me.
Greff hands the ring over.
Thank you. And you see that she kind of, like, holds it, and she holds out what looks like a small axe, and you just suddenly see them switch places in her hands, and with a simple, like, snap of her hand, you see the ring disappear into nothingness.
Oh, no!
And she kind of puts the axe on her hip.
Oh, did you ruin it?
Oh, no, it's not ruined. It's just super hidden.
Okay, can I have it back at some point?
No. She smiles.
I'll get it back from you at some point. I'm assuming.
Okay, I'd like... Maybe. I mean, perhaps. Maybe. I don't really think so, because, like, if this is a ring was given to you by Dacian, anything sounds by Dacian, I super
No,
don't want
I
it
think
out in
it's
the world. I'd rather have
pronounced
hidden in
Dacian.
a place that's not... She looks up and looks up the rest of you.
Yeah, if you want to ignore him, that's fine. Hi, what the fuck just
Thank you.
happened?
Hello.
This is my friend Suvi. Suvi, this is Fox.
Yep, nailed it.
Yep. This one is Greff. Well, you probably heard me just talking
Yes,
about Greff just now.
hello.
This is Greff. This is Greff the human. Greff the human who broke the treaty. Not me. I didn't break the treaty. Greff the human broke the treaty. And then this is Ivoris.
I run
Nailed
so
it.
other
I'm so
people
good at
can
this.
walk on Kino.
Yes, I actually, I was on your boat. So,
What?
yeah, yes.
Oh, wait, what?
Sorry, you want to say that again?
I was on your
Greff is like
boat.
going down on it, the crutches.
Hello,
You were on the boat?
that was me. Yeah.
Stowaway. You know what they do to stowaways? I learned while I was on the boat for my first time in my life.
They throw them in the water, and then I can be an octopus.
I'm sorry, say that again?
I'm sorry, what?
They throw stowaways in the water, and then I can be an octopus. So it's all right.
Like just an octopus or like...
A tiny
Wait.
baby octopus.
Greff's thinking back to his time on the boat, like, was there a plan for that?
Wait.
I just tried it. I'd never seen an octopus before, so I saw one from the boat. So I tried it this morning. So I know a little bit, but there were four of you. I think there were four of you. No?
Wait, yeah, there were four of you.
Yes.
Where's the other one?
Oh,
That one left.
has important business to take care of. We're not her keeper.
Okay, that's true. Boo. I liked her.
I liked her too.
I'd like to have gotten to know her.
I hope she'll come back safe.
I wanted to meet her.
Well, she's traveling with Zarissa, so she'll probably be super safe. At least she'll be traveling with Zarissa for a bit until Zarissa has to go to do the Zarissa thing, and then, like, yeah, she'll probably be safe for a while.
Oh, that's
At least
good.
Pretend like you didn't know that Tauri left, and then you know Tauri's with Sarissa. I see through
Well,
you.
like, I know that Zarissa had gone. You also gone to the
I
Humming
see
Forest.
through you.
Hey, will you stop seeing me? And then she kind of pushes you because you're on your haunches, and you deck save.
Yeah, there's like a really awkward like stumble.
So I have a friend who's also like really short, and it's much better just to sit on the floor than it is to be on the haunches because you're overpowering them like they're a child. So just sit down.
Yes.
I was actually going for the
I can
overpower.
stand on a table.
Don't just sit down. You...
Or a chair. Or a stool,
Okay,
maybe? Yes.
Who is this friend of yours?
So this is Suvi.
Hi.
Suvi is, I'm going to probably guess some sort of druid, and they just arrived.
Yes. Hello.
Okay.
Hi.
Why did everybody run out when Suvi arrived? Your friend Suvi.
Suvi's my friend now. I didn't know that Suvi was my friend when Suvi fell through the window.
How long ago was that?
5 minutes?
Yeah, like, did you hear me yelling, like, hey, who are you? How long have you been here?
Right.
Yeah, like, that was...
And then
like,
the fire. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the fire thing happened, and then, like, you bust in, and I'm like, hi. And then, and then the fire dissipated. Like, it was at that moment that Suvi and I became friends.
You make friends very quickly. You were on Baskin's boat to get to the mouth of clarity.
Yes, that's right. I'm very little.
Why were you under the assumption that Baskin's boat was going to the mouth of clarity?
Help me here, V. I think I heard you talking about it in the harbor, maybe?
Yeah, you overheard the harbour people talking about needing to go to Helsif's Islands and that there was something big happening there. And you were like, well, it's better than Shilvana. It's better than the capital that have been blown up recently.
Who did that? God, what asshole would blow up?
Yeah. What a bunch of dicks.
Uh-huh.
And then there's that dragon.
Yeah.
And then the other dragon.
And then the undead.
And then there was this cool guy called Greff who united all the nations.
So let's ignore Greff. So you mentioned about like Demi just like sits cross-legged on the floor. So you mentioned that Lilira had told you something about the Mouth of Clarity. Do you kind of want to like spill the beans a little bit more on that? Because if you're going to the Mouth of Clarity, these guys are going to the Mouth of Clarity. Seems like a match. Oh yeah, by the way, Apella just decided that you guys have been going to the Mouth of Clarity because you're probably much better at these small missions than you are kind of like the bigger ones. Although if you really want to go Wale, no one would probably stop you from doing it. That's entirely your choice. But like the Mouth of Clarity, I kind of want to go there. I'd really like to go there, but that's not a thing in my path right now. Anyway, sorry, I apologize, Suvi.
I would have liked you to go as well, but these folks seem very nice too. Yes, okay. So, as the goddess was dying, I didn't know that was happening, of course. But as she was dying, she sent something, and it was a song, and it says, it's very strange, but I have to go to the Mouth of Clarity and and do a ritual at the Mouth of Clarity, the Lyris ritual, though I'm afraid I don't know that much about it. I got some information, but I have to do a ritual, and that will stop Kells. But it was also, the song was very scary because it could all go wrong, it seems, and there could be chaos. So I would be very happy if the three of you would come along.
Okay. So you're the kind of nature magic person, similar to our friend Vox here.
Mm-hmm.
Hello. How do I tactfully ask this? Are you going to get yourself killed?
I'm not very, very strong, but I can be an animal that is strong. Like,
yeah, Vox can also do that.
Yes.
I'm asking.
I can do some magic.
Okay.
Hey, me too.
Can you wield a weapon? I see you've got like a fancy wand here.
It's just my branch. It's not very powerful. I carve it sometimes. It looks nice, I think. It's Rowan.
It's purely decorative.
Mostly. Well, if I hit you with it, you might go ouch.
Greff's looking back to the Vox and Ivoris and like, The fuck is like
V, do I know who this Lyra is? Does that name...
Lyra?
Yeah. Like...
Goddess of joy?
No,
morale?
like, how much info do I have on that? How much would Vox
You can
know?
y'all could make a religion check. You would know that Lyra is a goddess.
Right.
Sure,
I
I'll roll a
need
religion.
specifics. What am I rolling, religion?
That's like the opposite realm of gods that Ivoris knows anything about. Let's be real. I'm not going to roll.
You could also roll a religion check, though. I think that's still valid.
Oh.
I got a 14.
Like, if anyone has spent any time in a village or any time, like, in a pub, any time near anywhere where anybody performs, you're probably going to have heard of Lyra at least.
It's a 21.
I rolled a 15, so...
You got a 15, Vox got...
14.
And Ivoris got 21. Iris, the one who would know the least about Lyra in theory.
Of course.
Suddenly knows everything.
What is happiness? I don't know what that word means.
Yeah, he knows what the opposite means, so by definition, he'll know what it means.
It's not
so.
pain.
The base level that you would know is that Lyra is the goddess of basically joy and like morale and being happy, basically. On a 15 and above, you know that she's really well worshipped by like bards, performers, artists. A lot of them draw their inspiration from her. On a 21, how long has it been since you guys have traveled last? When did she kick the bucket?
I think you said it was like
she died
40,
back.
50 days or
Yeah,
something?
48, yeah. She died on day 48 and you guys on day... Yeah, you've had another god die since then. On that, yeah, you know that she's definitely a dead god. You know that she has like a spiritual base somewhere in Kino, where like people worshipped her a lot, and at the kind of like the clan of Pilakas were well known for being like her bards, for being like her heralds, and they would spread joy and cheer wherever they can, especially in dark times. You would know that, so you would at least recognize her last name as at least lining up with that. Are there any other specific details that you three were looking for?
We know she's a dead goddess.
Yes.
Common.
So
knowledge.
the story about her being dead, probably accurate.
Yeah.
Was she at all one to probably like talk with Savras at all? Like, is there any relation between them of any sort?
Not really.
Not any more than anyone
like
else that I would suspect. Okay.
Yeah, like they might be good go fish buddies, but like not really.
Cool. Okay. Just wondering. Because they seem to have more of a plan than I do, and that's suspicious.
God's giving out plans? Why can't I get a plan?
Where'd you get a plan?
I got a
Your plan
song.
comes with dental and healthcare. Mine comes with like a book. My God, I'm rubbish. Yeah. So yeah, you wouldn't really know much about Lyra, any special relationship with Savras or anything like that.
Okay.
V?
Yeah.
Just in the back of Fox's head, just does that sound reasonable? Didn't you just tell me last night not that you gods aren't supposed to be fucking around in that area? That sounds a little weird, doesn't it?
Well,
Am I misremembering?
She
the god's
is dead.
Yeah, right, kind of a god dead.
She's not fucking around there.
That's not doing anything at all. It's dead.
She may have seen things and done things that we have not. It's possible. I mean, I won't be stepping foot there.
I probably will. If you go, I'll go.
Okay, all right. So it's not outside the realm of possibility. I'm just trying to make sure that it's not like a fake vision type thing. You know what I'm saying? Like it's actually just a blissful eclipse about to be like, ooh, gonna pull a fast one on you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Are you saying this out loud or just in your brain?
no, this brain.
Okay, all right. Certain people might have a certain opinion on that.
Certain people can fight me if that's the case. Don't actually do that, please. Don't
Watch
fight
out,
me.
I have a branch.
I've got a branch.
I've got a
say,
Greff.
that would be the dickest move for me to ever have pulled. Bring a guest in. Normally, I'll let people know if they're the bad guys.
Normally.
Yeah.
Normally, V.
Normally.
There is precedence for that not being true.
When you hear the word floopy, you will be activated as a sleeper agent.
Oh, dear.
Quick, they're onto us. Correct.
Oh, no. Oh,
Code
no.
floopy. Shake them all.
Grab your branch and go.
We've already learned that Karin can be a very good double agent. Came in here.
Oh, yeah. Well.
Okay. Sorry, can you tell me your name again? I know Demi said it twice already, but it's slipping my brain.
I'm Suvi Vavlin Pilakas of the Pilakas clan. The Carkilo village in the Humming Forest.
I'll give you the choice between Sui and Suvi.
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 Got it.
Suvi. And I can be a dire wolf. I can be. I can't show you. I can't show you right now, but because I can only be an animal for 5 hours and then again for another 5 hours. But I spent it all today. I'm afraid. I can be a wolf. Really scary wolf.
Okay, do me a favor, clarify so I understand. What circle do you belong to?
The forest circle? The wood circle? The lamb circle? Wait, I'm not the moon one. I'm the other one. The land circle.
So you're telling me we got 2 spellcasters in the party that are druid?
Yep.
Let's destroy the world, Suvi!
I love chaos. Bring it.
I'd actually forgotten you were a druid, Arch, when I pitched this character. So,
That's not, that.
And
Listen,
then
it's
I'm
fine.
like, it's fine. I don't care if we have 2 druids. It's fuck it. Chaos, bring it on.
It's fine. You've got the best tank in the world.
Sometimes.
Hey, I saved your ass with the line of Severus.
That wasn't because you was tanking, though. That's specifically because you weren't tanking.
I was almost dead when I did that for you. That hit could have put me in the red.
That put me in the black, so...
All right. Suvri, we weren't sure if we were going to the Mouth of Clarity.
Oh.
And Greff looks to Vox and Ivoris, and she frankly does not command us. Not yet, at least. So, as much as I would like to say, welcome aboard, here we go, let's jump on the next ship to hell, to magic hell.
It's not magic hell, it's just chaos. It's not hell, it's just chaos. It's just different. Like, the rules don't apply quite the same way, but it's definitely not hell.
So chaos hell. Okay,
Or
gotcha.
No, it's not chaos. It's not chaos bellum. It's just chaos. It's just different. Like, you shouldn't, in theory, naturally normally die there, but of course you could die there and then come back as something else or just be undead, I guess. I mean, that is also an option, though.
I think it really depends. Ivoris.
Yeah, sorry, I was distracted. Getting the magic. Does anyone hypothetically with magic from, let's call it a scarier god, need to be worried about the magic here?
Are you asking if we should be worried about the fact that you...
Should I be worried about the fact that my magic is from a...
Your source magic is has
from
changed quite
Dindar.
a lot.
Oh.
I'm asking if it's an issue
You're a warlock.
that I am...
We don't use that word around here.
I do. I'm a warlock. Hi.
He's a buddy.
Best buds. Best buds with your warlock patron?
Well...
Okay, I'm going to go no. Cool.
We have agreements, I think.
I understand that very well. Actually, probably better than you.
Business professional.
Acquaintances. Colleagues, even.
Ooh.
Is that the word? Your colleague? Okay. Can I see your... Would it be okay if I just saw your warlock mark? Would that be all right? Would you have a problem with me checking that? Because I could probably tell you pretty quickly whether you would have a problem and if you need to, like, rein something back in or not, because this is like a super...
Ivoris looks kind of sheepish about it, but yeah, because he doesn't kind of want anyone to know, but he also is like scared and doesn't want to be hurt, so it's important that he asks. He'll find it, show it. I don't know. He's got a lot
it's on your soul, so you can't really show it.
Yeah, okay. I don't know how
There
it
you
works.
sold me.
Oh, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
It won't hurt you at all. Like, if you don't know what I'm talking about, it won't really hurt. It's just me. Just like, I need to look at like the magical part of you and look into the soul magical part of you, and then I can see like what kind of marks have been left upon you, and then I'll be able to figure out which is the active warlock mark. And then I could tell which god it belongs to you. Like, it's not exactly invasive, but I would end up knowing a lot more about you than you probably would want to know. So I just wanted to check first. Like, mine's really easy. Like, you just look at me and you can see my warlock mark, so it doesn't really matter. But like, some people it's a little bit more hidden.
Yeah, go ahead, I guess.
Okay.
right.
You see her hands just like held out. You see her eyes go like multiple colors, and she kind of like takes not exactly a step back, but she kind of leans back as she's sitting down, just only a very small amount. She's like, huh.
Ivoris looks
Let me just check with someone.
scared.
Let me just give me like a half a second just while I check with someone important. And you see her eyes like flash over black and then red, and she goes like, you should be fine.
Great.
Mostly.
Mostly.
I mean, it's chaos magic, so like you can't exactly dictate exactly what's going to happen, but like you've got no more risk than I am in going there, and you know, I'm no more risk than you going in there, or like any of our other magical buddies. Our unmagical buddy may have a slight reaction to magic being around in that particular level, but it's no more than like being, you know, struck by lightning or anything like that. So he should also be super fine. But yeah, we'll be okay. Just be careful that when you cast spells that you don't try and augment your spells in a way that has never been done before. Like, we can kind of vaguely do that safely while we're out here, but like really close to chaos magic sources, especially that chaos magic place, it might react slightly differently from what you intend. And like, you know, that kind of like small little gold nugget you have in your pocket or that feather may do stuff that you hadn't intended. So just be careful. But it's no more a danger to you than it is to me or to any of our, you know, our two druid friends here.
Okay, so don't do things I haven't done before or read in the book.
Yeah. So like, I augment or change my fire spells a lot, and I do weird things with them as much as I physically can. But I won't do that near that particular source of chaos or those like really heavy chaotic places, especially that one. That's like the uber, like the big one, because the costs and the rules of the magic aren't exactly the same as they are away from those places. I wouldn't want to do it there. I mean, I probably would, because I'd want to see what happened, because I'm just that kind of a person. But like, if you're worried, I would recommend not straying beyond the path of magic. You know, just be very linear, by the book. That doesn't work for me because I don't have a book. Do you have a literal book?
Greff like taps on Suvi's shoulder. Are you listening? This applies to you too.
What? I'm confused.
No worries. We'll repeat it back to you.
Okay, thank you.
Let me rephrase that. He'll repeat it back to you. I've been thinking about cows.
Suvi's a little dazed and hasn't been listening very well. Much like myself.
I'm imagining Greff just has like a weird smile on his face as he drifts his eyes drift off, just like, yeah, just talking about magic shit.
I'm asleep.
Aw.
Great, thanks.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Ivoris backs up and tries to feel out the room a bit as they unload that bit of knowledge that she just gained from whatever she just did. He's a little nervous.
You see that she kind of like has like a little tilt to her head when she's looking at you. Like, she's clearly seeing something else, but she's not saying anything.
It goes to show, though, that Brachus didn't he didn't rat me out. He could have.
He's a cool guy like that.
Yeah, like, other than that, like, there's no other real reaction, and like within a moment or two, like, you don't even spot that on her. She just seems to be chill, whatever the fuck is going on. Well, I guess this is a decision that's like down to the four of you as to whether you all want to go there or not. If not, Suvi, we will find a way to get you there vaguely safely, if nothing else. But what the hell do you have to do there? Okay, let's roll this back just a tiny bit. What did she sing to you? What did she say? What was this ritual thing that she described?
Yeah, so we said earlier that she needs to do some kind of a ritual, but why?
Yeah, so the ritual was not explained in the song. So you might have to help me here, V, but I believe that maybe I got some help from the priestess before I left on what that might be. And I don't know what that is.
Neil has a question.
Ooh, I have a question. Didn't you say you weren't supposed to do magic that you didn't already do once? Or
Well,
Yeah.
Oh,
good luck, Subi.
might be dangerous.
No, that's just the animal form. I can only do that twice a day for 5 hours, and then
Oh no, I mean, never mind.
He's talking about the ritual.
We'll explain it to you before you do it.
This super dangerous.
Earlier, V was explaining the fact that the place we're going to, where the Mouth of Clarity is, the magic there is dangerous. The magic, even your magic, becomes dangerous there. And if you try to do things you haven't done before, they may backfire because you haven't learned how to do them right. And the chaos magic might fuck with it. So, good luck doing something you've never done before.
Those things are more volatile.
Yes. It's all super dangerous.
well, yes, the priestess did explain that it was very dangerous.
So the ritual that was really mentioned in there was the ritual of 1,000 voices. And that essentially involves you opening up and allowing the 1,000 voices that had been contained within you, Suvi, from Lilira's passing, the voices of the animals, the voices of the plants, the voices of the people, all the various bards that came before you. Those 1,000 voices, you just have to set free there, and it will either destroy the area or you will become the new guardian. And that was the gist of what had happened.
shit.
No shit.
Okay, that was me. That wasn't Subi.
It's hidden in the song there, but I didn't want it to be bloody obvious when I told you
yeah.
the first time around.
Yeah. Okay. So I either succeed or I go evil.
Yeah, so you could become an evil guardian, you could become a good guardian, you could blow up the site completely, or you could just fuck it up and nothing great happens at all. These are all 4 very valid choices.
Okay. Well, thankfully, that's not a choice for today. But I mean,
Yes.
surely, I know that in the preview thing we did, it was explained that this was a place of chaos and it was very dangerous. So surely the priestess would have said something to me as well. The stuff that you heard, that magic can be tricky.
Yes.
Magic's scary.
Yeah. Magic's scary.
Scary magic, scary.
That's true.
So, do you want to in character relay any of that information to us? Because I'm sure you didn't just blurt all of that out.
No, I didn't. I'm just figuring it out for me because I'm confused, or I was. Now I'm completely in control. You know, I know everything.
Completely.
Oh yes, very much.
Yes, the priestess did explain to me that it was very dangerous, but also that this was my duty, and this was the only way that I can keep the joy in the world, because of Lilira died, but there is still joy to be had, and I believe if I have to try, if I can. So yes, even if it might go wrong, and I can't practice it. I have to just perform the ritual and hope for the best.
I'm sorry. That's not a fair situation you've been put into.
It's all right. I the priestess said she would go in my stead if I wanted, but you know, she's old and she has responsibilities, and I don't really have anyone.
At that moment, like, Demi puts a hand out and just lays it on your shoulder. She kind of gives you like a little squeeze and then lets go.
Subi goes, yeah, it's all right.
I get it.
I suppose the question is, will you come with me or not? I mean, I completely understand, of course, if not.
Greff looks over at Ivoris and then looks back. Yeah. Greff looks back at Ivoris. I'm sorry, buddy, but I think this is starting to sound like the deal with the Philosopher's Stone. It's a little bit too important to just leave up to chance. Alchemist Stone, I said Philosopher, sorry.
It's okay.
Stupid.
It's Greff has language issues. He's learning new ones. Like things are fucking around. It's
Greff-
fine.
I read this book about a kid with a scar on his face, and
Yeah, he like chatted up a snake and like attacked people with it.
in Discora they call it one title. In Kino, it's a different title.
Obviously a very evil kid. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Clearly a fucked up child.
Yep. Oh, yes.
So yeah, Ivoris, I think this is kind of out of our hands at this point.
Yeah. Fine.
Come on. One more for the road. Then I'll fuck off home to Ma.
I'm so happy. Thank you.
Greff's thinking at least somebody's happy about this.
Yeah.
I have a person I need to talk to, and then we can start making plans. I'll be right back.
Mm-hmm.
And Greff is going to go find Opella.
Okay. What are the rest of you doing?
So, Suvi, how do you feel about mushrooms?
Oh, I'm very interested in mushrooms. Do you know I did an experiment once in a grove with moss and mushrooms together? It was very interesting. Do you want to have a little conversation about mushrooms, perhaps? I'm not sure. The rest of them will be very interested.
There are stars in Vox's eyes. Finally, it's someone that speaks my own fucking language.
Yes.
As far as you're concerned, lizard men are kind of they're definitely meat eaters. I think
Yes,
we mentioned this before.
But she's
Yeah.
also been observing him on the boat
True.
for, I don't know,
True.
weeks, days, a
Mhm.
long time. So she's figured
a while.
out
Let's go with a while.
A while. So
A
she
while.
knows that she knows that he's a vegetarian lizard person, or something of the
Okay.
sort.
Fox will eat
Vegetarian-ish. Okay.
Yeah.
She's observed him
Okay.
eating vegetables, which, yeah.
All right. Cool. You're chill enough with them to be okay.
I'm chill
Good,
enough.
Good.
But maybe that's where she starts when they have their little conversation.
So I thought you looked very scary at first, but then I saw you weren't quite like other lizard folk. Is that the way? Is that the way you say it? I don't know. But then I thought you seemed very, very, very nice to your friends, at least. And then you were eating vegetables, and I thought you were eating those dried mushrooms. And that was very exciting. I thought, how does that work when you dry the mushrooms?
Well, you see, the trick is a little bit of magic. Just a little bit.
Oh, so, can you show me?
I mean, yeah. Actually, I
very
found there was a
exciting.
nice patch the kids showed me with a whole bunch of mushrooms out a little ways over there. We can go take a look.
Yes, let's do that. I'm so excited.
Unless you start trying to pry into Vox at all, I'm fine with us just transitioning to whatever the fuck Greff is doing.
Yep, that's
No,
fine.
keep
No, she's not
going.
going to pry.
Keep going. Keep
What
talking
is
about
Ivoris
mushrooms. I deserve it. I deserve it.
We're going to play out this whole scene.
I can't
No,
complain.
Apella just tells Greff to fuck off. Anything Ivoris wants to do, Baskin's like, hey, we're going back to the boat, and they're just rowing back. Nothing actually is happening with anyone else. That's fine.
Doing mushrooms.
It's fine. Ivoris, is there anything you want to do? You have been abandoned by literally everyone except Demi.
That's fine. I mean, Demi's a good person for me to ask about the talking with dead type thing, where I can find someone to give me that kind of conversation. So I guess if that's on his
I'll tell
mind,
you
it's a
what,
good time for that.
We can start that for sure. As everybody else leaves and they're talking about mushrooms, you just see her eyes just like glaze over, like, what the fuck? This is the weirdest thing. And then she kind of like straightens up again, and she kind of like sits cross-legged like on the table like nearby to you, and she's like, "You're not a tabaxi, are you?"
No.
Straight out the gates.
With the subtlety of a sledgehammer.
Cool. I don't need subtlety. I don't have time for subtlety. I don't have much long to live, as I'll soon find out. Huh. So how did all that come about?
I mean, I'm not trying to appear as something I'm not, if that's your question.
No, I can tell that you're not a tabaxi, but you're a tabaxi. There's just something in your aura that's like, I don't know, there's something different about you.
Yeah. Me on tea. So.
Oh, so you're a tabaxi now. Cool.
Yeah. Well, no, but yeah.
No, but yeah, I get that. I'm kind of the same. I'm not really an orc, but I can sometimes be an orc, and then sometimes I'm me, and then sometimes I'm a fire. So, but I'm human, but sometimes I'm not. So, like, I get it.
Okay. Yeah. Everyone knows, but they don't need to, like, it's not a concern. It's fine.
I'm not concerned.
Yeah. Just
curious.
Okay. You're very magic. This is
yes,
very observable.
Yes. So this isn't my most magic form, but yes, I am pretty magic. I have lots of magic. In fact, there's like magic flowing through my veins, which means that certain things happen a certain way. So the whole chaos thing, I kind of just want to go. I want to go there so I can figure out more about my own chaos magic. That's like literally just like it's just here and it just does stuff occasionally. Like poof. Like there was this one time when I turned the entire bed that I was laying on into bread, and it was the weirdest thing in the world. And then I had to try and explain that to the guy who was running the hotel, and I was like, "How do I explain turning the entire into?" It just happens sometimes. So yeah, I'm good with magic and chaos magic. So you seem like you have a question.
Yeah, I'm trying to look for someone who might be able to get me a conversation with someone who is no longer living.
Ah.
It's okay if you don't. But
I do know someone. And she kind of looks a little bit sketchy.
Okay.
Like, speaking with dead people is not, it's not a normal thing for most people to be able to do, and the people who know how to do it are either very powerful, very sketchy, or both.
Yeah. It's not a popular thing to do where you're from, right? With the...
Yeah. No, it's not. And Grimsh, who kind of rules over these lands and like I'm kind of buds with, super not a fan of the whole talking to dead people rising, that kind of thing. But I do know a guy. How do you feel about gnomes?
Wait, gnomes are an Underdark thing, right?
Gnomes
yeah,
are
they're
Kino,
in both.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. They're fine.
Cool. See, this one, they're not strange. They don't follow the tenets of their god particularly well because their god really wants them to be naked all the time, and they're like, hell no, I'm not doing that. That's my friend, and I'm not comfortable with that. So, like, I know a guy who could get you a conversation with a dead person. They're a little bit moanier than I like my friends. Well, they're not really my friend. I just kind of know them. So I could get you. I could ask someone to bring them here. I'm sure they wouldn't mind.
If it's no trouble, I mean, I'm very curious, but I don't want to inconvenience anyone, you know.
Oh no, it's fine. I mean, the worst that they'll do is that they'll say no. So, I could ask. I mean, I could probably ask Apella's friend that she brought, because she's really good at like moving people around very quickly. I mean, I can and I will, but I kind of need to save my magic for in case I just need to.
Yeah, if it's
I'll make arrangements
if it's
for
no
you.
trouble, I could.
It's a small trouble, but it's not a trouble. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I just know it's kind of weird for me to ask. We're just meeting, but you know, it's kind of a weird timing for all of the magic stuff and meeting other magic people. It's like
I get this feeling from you that you don't know a whole lot about whatever the warlock deal thing going on with you and whatever it is going on, and
pretty new,
I feel like you need answers, and this will probably help you answer the answers. So I will ask. I'll be back in a bit.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, you're welcome. She kind of like jumps off the table and she leaves the building. We'll be back to deal with this chaos after we deal with Greff. All right, Greff, lay it on me.
All right.
Well, my brain thinks through Trevor. Come on, let's just do it.
Good luck with that. Greff's gonna go try to find Apella.
Oh, Apella is training. Apella is on the other side of the village. Now, on the other side of the village is the area where you would have spent a lot of time training with Helsif and some of the other orcs here, and some of the other whole folks here. You notice a lot of people are training. You see the Helsif is kind of at the edge and kind of like correcting people's postures and talking to them. Like there's like this 3-year-old kid just running around a Henley level, that sort of thing. She's not actively joining in. You can see that Apella is there training. You can see that Red Knight is there, who's kind of like looking over the proceedings, more like a watchdog or a guard than actually like taking part. He still has his hand on his blade, but yeah, you can find Apella out there. Yeah, no problem.
Greff like looks over at Helsif, and if they like meet eyes, he just gives her like a respectful nod or like a some kind of symbol of like master and pupil kind of thing.
She smiles. She kind of gives you half a wave, kind of like a nod. Yeah, she kind of just watches you as you into the practice area, I guess.
And Greff's gonna walk up to Apella.
Greff, right?
Yes.
Daisy's brother.
Yes, also just Greff works.
All right, brother of Daisy.
Real funny.
Haha.
So,
What do you want? Training?
yeah, I can see that. Wouldn't think you had a lot to learn here.
Always learn. Always learning. Either different techniques of fighting, different sword styles, different strokes, different ways of planning battles. I mean, everything that Helsif does here is so different from what we've got back home. It's strange. And, you know, I rarely see people fight with 2 great swords. That, mind blowing.
The way they like use the weight of the end of the blade to kind of push it through the air, it's actually very difficult to master. I never got up to great swords, but long swords is my deal. And Greff like pats his 2 swords.
Blimey. Wait, hang on. That's that one there. She points at Orcancalf like that's as she looks at you, she looks at the markings around your eyes. She looks at Helsif and the markings around Helsif's eyes. Looks back at you again like, oh, you're that guy.
What does that mean?
The other human here on the island, other than us, she allowed us to be able to talk to each other, I guess, spells occasionally, and yeah, Helsif's spoken about having other humans on the island before. Mentioned that there was a guy here who learned how to dual wield longswords. Yeah.
Greff has like
once or twice.
Greff has like a little bit of a smug smile, like, oh, she talks about me. So, you want us to go to the Mouth of Clarity?
Yeah. Like she kind of like wipes the sweat from her brow. She just kind of like leans on, puts the sword to one side and like just kind of like leans on like the target dummy. She's like, yeah. From what we've picked up, you guys are good at weird, strange little missions, and as much as I'd love to send an army down there, the Dawn forces ain't gonna make there in time. The dusk and what Rowena's bringing, they've got to go get the people out from Wale, and they're closer to that. They're never gonna make it down there in time to stop another god death.
No.
Small group like yours, easy peasy.
We're not just good at it, we're great at it. We're very capable.
Oh yeah, I heard you tooted your own horn, yeah.
I do. And the team isn't just me, Apella.
I know, there's Ivoris and there's Fox.
Yeah. And there was Tauri, but she has other business to take care of.
Yeah, from what I understand.
Now, I heard that you had decided we were going. Now, Apella, I will listen to your commands, but there are 2 other people in my group, and they have no loyalty to you. And that both of them have hesitations that they need to work through.
The way that it was presented, the three of you are at a loose end, four of you at that time. You had knowledge. You were people who could communicate with the assembly. You needed things to do. I'm sorry, Greff, this is not some unseen war. This is things that have to be done. Now, it ain't nice, and it ain't pretty, and we don't always have the choice on where the fuck we are or the things we have to do to make sure the world survives. Make sure that we survive. And if you think you're the only people I'm asking to sacrifice something, that I'm asking to go do stuff we'd rather not, there are people at that meeting last night who are doing a bunch of shit they don't want to do. You think I really want to be here, surrounded by an enemy that I can't fight with a sword? You know how infuriating it is to feel their presence everywhere and be able to do shit all about it. No. I'd rather be at home with someone I cared about very much. That's not something I can do. And I can't just stand by and let whatever this is walk all over us. And if that means having to make tough decisions and ask people to go do stuff, yeah, I can ask them. I can't technically order you either.
I was a soldier of your army.
You were, and then you deserted.
I did.
Yeah.
I wasn't worthy of being by your side, to be commanded by you. I need to become stronger, an asset worth ruling.
She kind of like leans back a little bit and like has a bit of a frown on her face. It's difficult to think about people as assets. You're not an asset, Greff. Your sister is not an asset. Good people doing good stuff. Don't ever think about yourself like that.
I have fought for your plan, for your idea, for us to go to the mouth of clarity. I have pushed Ivoris towards that idea, the Tabaxi. But if you ever meet him again, please give him the respect of your acknowledgement. He has sacrificed everything he had. He had a beautiful life, a beautiful home, and he's lost it all, given it away for the cause of saving the world. He doesn't have a family. He has nothing left, and hopefully one day he'll be able to return home, but that's not assured.
Greff, do you know why I don't wear a crown?
I'm assuming it's because it's what the elves and the dwarves do.
Nope, nothing to do with that.
Happy to play, by the way, the dumb guy who doesn't understand.
Nothing to do with that. I don't relish being in charge. I don't relish people bowing before me. I hate it all. But someone has to do it. And apparently I'm good at it. So fuck it.
You're the best
If
at
your
it.
friends have questions... If your friends have questions, they're welcome to come talk to me about it. And as I said, I can't command them. I can't make them. And I can't and I won't command or make you. If you guys want to go, you go. If you don't, then I guess I need to strap on my big girl armor and fuck off down there myself. But I've got people around me who literally won't let me do that. Too important. Too busy doing stuff. Making orders. What happened if we lost you? I don't fucking know. You get over it. You'd be fine. But apparently not. You guys do what you gotta do. You need to ask me any questions. You're more than welcome to. If there's any assets you need, more than welcome to come and ask for them.
I don't know if we need anything, but if my friend can't return to Kino because he has burnt many bridges and he's hurt many people, I want to be permitted to let him live on our land. I know he is Tabaxi. I know he belongs to Kino. But...
Greff, I didn't sign no fucking treaty. I don't give a shit. Falsum is so filled with people out of place by 5,000 years. There were undead everything running around recently. And a lot of people helped us from all over this world. And I think it's fucking stupid. I understand why it came to be. I get it. Some disputes on whether the dead should walk and arrive. I understand. I would have been Kino myself. But that's not the world we live in right now. It's not the world we should live in. So, your friend, Ivoris, wants to come live with us. More than welcome to.
Good. I don't know if I'll ever see you again, but I'll hold you to that word if ever I find into trouble.
Well, knowing your mum as I know her, and her finding out that you're still alive.
What do you mean you know more?
And your sister being right on my council, I'm probably going to see at least once more before we kick the bucket.
Why do you know Ma?
Your ma is a lovely person.
She's the loveliest. By far the best human being on this beautiful flat plane we call Bikron. But why were you talking to Ma?
How about we leave that between you, Ma, and me?
She'll tell me after she beats me up when I come home.
Oh, yeah. I don't care if you canned your word long soul. Yeah.
Fine.
Good luck with that one. Maybe you better go to the Mora Clary. Yeah.
I'll wear my thick armor when I go home. All right. Good luck in your training. And just a little tip. The power doesn't come from the wrist with this one. You really need to use the tip of the blade. And Greff is going to walk away.
You just see her just like shake her head after him like, what the fuck is he on? Of course it's in the wrist.
Oh, you will learn once you've got the sprained wrist on both hands. A man with 2 sprained wrists is a man in fury.
Yeah, okay. Yes. Ivoris.
Yes.
Ivoris.
That's never good. You said your name twice.
5-10 minutes later. Be where you want to be. You will be found. You see Daisy, Demi, and this very small gnome approaching. The gnome is wearing shorts. They're not really wearing much else. They're wearing socks, some sandals.
Scandalous.
You can see that scandalous. They're wearing shorts. I mean, they're wearing something, so that's against Titus's rule as it is. You see them point and gesture in your direction, and this kind of small gnome approaches you, and he says, "Hi."
Hi. We're able to speak.
Yeah. So that kind of the lady that brought me here, she cast a spell on me so that I can communicate with you a little bit more effectively. Hi, I'm Trevor.
Hello, I'm Ivoris.
So they were really shady about what they wanted, and it kind of sounded to me like he wanted to talk to the dead. Is that true?
Yeah.
Oh no.
If it's a problem,
Okay.
then you don't have to worry about it.
It's just kind of scary, that's all. I mean, it's okay. We can make it work. I would probably do... Where do you want to do... It doesn't really matter to me where I do this. Do you want to be inside so other people can't hear? Or do you want to be outside in the air where you could run away and flee?
What flee from?
Well, some people don't actually really want to be talking to the dead, and hearing their words through me can sometimes make people a little bit freaked out. So I just want to give you the option to run away. The last time I did this, Yeah, they ran away because they heard something they didn't really want to.
Let's go. There's probably an extra tent on the beach.
Okay.
Okay.
They go with you to the collection of tents and laid up on the beach. Most of them have been like they're still kind of occupied because a lot of them are still like waking up from the hangover. It's not been that long, but you do manage to eventually find one where someone has like stumbled out. And yeah, it's just a simple tent area. It's just the pair of you if you wish. And Titus like sits down and he says, "Okay, so I need to know a little bit about the person who's dead."
His name is Scamos. What was he?
Yes. I think he's a tiefling.
Tiefling. Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
check.
you're right. I
I
think.
might be wrong.
I think.
I always thought he was Tabaxi too, but I might be absolutely incorrect.
Here's Ivoris.
I always thought he
Let
was
me have a
Tabaxi and he
look.
kind of resented you for your like half-breedness as part of it.
He's a blue tiefling.
Oh well, I'm apparently just making up subplots.
No,
Fanfiction over
So
here.
it seems like he's full of shit.
No, the Tabaxi do like they are able to, or they were like able to kind of like suss him out far easier than like other people.
The white tabaxi was the one you're thinking of, Greff. The one that visited Scamos that fucking hated Ivoris.
Yes,
Yes,
thank you.
the pale lady. They were part of the assembly too. Okay.
Yeah.
He's a Scamos. Okay, yep.
So should I just tell you what I want to convey, or
So his name is Scamos. Okay, all right. Do you know when he died?
how long has it been, B?
I believe it's 6 weeks and 80-something days.
Okay, yeah, 6 weeks and 80-something days.
Oh, thank you for a weirdly specific set of instructions.
It was the day before Severus died, I think.
I think it was like less than a week. Let me hit the time.
Oh, actually, yeah, it was like a week between. You're right.
3 days.
Oh, shit.
It's 3 days. minus 3 days. Irish defends himself / kills his cleric mentor.
Three days before Severus.
Oh. Okay. Okay. So I just need you to relax and just sit down while I draw the circle on the ground. And he basically spends some time just like clearing away some of the dust and the debris on the floor, moving some of the furniture out of the way till basically it's almost out the door. He casts this like salt circle just around you and himself, and he closes it in. And he lays like some of these like ritual herbs all across the grounds. And he puts his hands like on his knees as he sits down, and you just hear this kind of like low hum. You hear the air around you just like begin to vibrate, and everything suddenly becomes slightly darker. The salt circle itself just suddenly ignites in a very kind of like translucent purple flame, and everything feels really, really cold. Let me just check exactly the specific on the spell. Okay. So, you're somewhere like 5 questions. They may not be really specific, I'm sorry.
It's fine. Yeah, however this works is great. Thank you.
Okay, I think someone named Scamos is around. They're in a place called Bellum.
Bellum.
Hi.
Okay, don't freak out. This is probably just gonna be more awkward. I don't think you're gonna get yelled at, okay? Tell him I'm sorry for reacting the way I did. I feel bad. And I shouldn't have. And ask why he didn't give me up.
He says that he realized when he tried to kill you that it was probably not the wisest choice. He regrets it. He never gave you up because even though he doesn't like you at all, he has faith or had faith in Severus. And that Severus had a plan for you. And that Severus's plan always came to fruition somehow.
He never believed that. He always
did.
doubted it. Doubted that it was true.
He doubted. Doubted. Huh? Okay. He doubted that you would be able to live up to what Severus wanted you to do.
And what was that?
Can you take a persuasion roll for me?
Oh no, 16.
He's, okay. He says that you're on the path now. But he doesn't want to make you go on the path. 'Cause that's not what Severus showed.
It's not.
He says he sees you. Sees? Oh. He says he saw you surrounded by lots of wind and a lot of noise. And the noise was so thick it was like a cloud. And he says that he saw you standing there against it.
Thank you for not giving me up when you should have, probably. And I don't blame you. I know where I was when you found me, and my hands were not clean. I deserved it. Even if not from you, I deserved it.
He says a lot of people have done awful things. He's not too clean himself. He should have been better with you. He shouldn't have listened to her. I don't know who her is, but I hope that makes sense to you.
Yeah.
He says, when you were standing against Wilstan? Yeah, it's Wilstan. People. He says that you will stand against whatever this darkness and this sound is, and that you'll be fine. And you just need to be strong and believe in you and the people around you. And you'll get through it.
Yeah, I was worried I had missed the opportunity. But, I'm relieved to find that I haven't, and I'm gonna keep trying.
Titus reaches out, and you can see the flames just kind of like drop like quite significantly, so that they're kind of only like a really light purple around you, and the air gets actually slightly warmer.
Trevor, not Titus.
And Titus, sorry, my bad. Trevor puts a hand on your on your knee, and he says, we always have chances. Like, we always have potential. There's never just like one chance to be good or bad if that's the path that you're on. Hey, are you on the other path? The not quite so good one.
No. Why?
Okay,
What?
then I'm fine. I just realised that I've been summoned to the place filled with orcs by some very strange people who kind of like, hey, do you want to speak with the dead? And I was just like, yeah, sure, I'll speak with the dead for some person I've never met before. And they're talking about past and destiny, and that's the sort of super weird. I'm not sure I'm okay with that anymore.
No.
So I just wanted to check that you were cool.
No, Severus told him that I would do something, and yeah. And then things have happened, and I thought I missed it, maybe. I was worried, and I wanted to apologize anyways, so thank you.
There were always chances to do things. There's never... I don't believe... I've studied a lot of history, and I've studied a lot of people's lives. There's always more than one big thing. There's always them. Some of them are foreseen by Severus, I guess, but that's not really a thing anymore. So I kind of believe that, there'll always be chances for you to do good. But your friend, Scamos, he didn't really like you, but he wished he treated you better, so maybe he would have liked you more, and he doesn't hate you. He thinks you're going to do good stuff.
That's surprisingly the best conversation we've really ever had, so thank you.
Yeah, I had a feeling that he was being a little bit more open than normally. It might be the whole being dead thing.
Yeah.
This seems to add people a lot of perspective in them. At least most of my conversations with dead people, they seem to have a little bit more perspective than when they were alive. I guess maybe just passing through the stalking does that sort of thing to you. At this point, you can see the flames are completely gone. The warmth in the air has kind of come back, and all of the kind of branches and herbs that have been laying on the floor, they just seem to have dissipated into nothing, just dust.
Yeah, thanks.
You're welcome. And Trevor stands up and he kind of tries to give you a hand up. Help you stand up. If you need anything, you can always just send a message to me and I will help you the best way that I can. But maybe a little bit less talking with dead people. It freaks me out just a little bit.
Yeah, I'm sorry he's kind of grouchy.
Yeah.
It's mostly just with me. But like I said,
I kind of get. He was just kind of bristly. He made me yeah. Well, oh well. Okay, well, if you need me, just get someone to send me a message.
Yep.
Nice to have met you.
You too. Let's go find Dimmy to teleport you.
Oh, it was Daisy.
Oh.
Daisy came to get me. Daisy was like, "Hey, do you want to come to this island?" And he just goes off again.
Oh God.
You deserve this.
No, I don't. This hurts me. This hurts me inside. Yeah, the four of you can meet back up by happenstance. You all could meander over to where the mushrooms are. Demi and Daisy are just going to have a conversation, and then they're going to go join the rest of the crew. Over where they're doing stuff.
I think that at some point in their conversation, we don't have to do it's nonsense, but Ivoris is has that similar thing with Daisy as he does with Baskin's crew, as in you're a friend of a friend or family of a friend, and I have this fascination with all of that right now, and so I'm trying to be really friendly around you in a strange way.
It is clear she's really unwell.
Oh.
She doesn't look very well this morning. She's a little bit tinged green. The fresh air may not be doing her as much good as she hopes. Performing magic while hungover, not the greatest choice she's ever made.
Oh no.
But yeah, by happenstance, the four of you can meet back up again, as our mushroom expedition force are coming back to town. It's been a while. You might have to go hunt them down.
They've had a lot of fun, I think.
Y'all can meet back up.
Digging into mushroom lore.
I heard a story of this weird human that liked to eat these red mushrooms that are definitely poisonous, but apparently he survived eating them, and it made him stronger somehow? I don't know, it was weird. And then he ate a green one, and it brought him back to life, but I don't know how the fuck that happened.
I don't think you should eat those. I think you should eat the little brown ones. You know, the tiny little brown ones.
Yeah, the ones that look shriveled up and stuff. Those are delicious.
Yeah, those are very nice. I like them. You can put them on a stew. Very nice.
I like me a good stew.
Yeah. Can you cook?
Just as a hobby, really. Not nothing crazy, but mostly a mushroom diet. A lot
I love mushrooms. Very tasty. I can't cook very well, but I can gather things. Yes, very good.
How about coffee? Have you had mushroom coffee? That shit's delicious.
Okay. Can you make some?
Yeah, maybe when we're on the road boat.
Yeah.
Road.
That's very interesting. on our
voyage. Yeah, voyage.
Yeah,
that's the word.
Yeah, boat. Are we going on a boat, folks?
I'm assuming so. I don't think there's any other fucking way we're getting down there.
Okay.
Well, okay. I mean, maybe I don't know how teleportation stuff works as much. I don't. Maybe.
You think we're going to teleport? I
don't
never
know.
have. It's very exciting.
I'll tell you what. Let's slam Daisy in there with y'all so that she can answer some of your teleport-based questions. All right. Daisy. After speaking to Damien, she'll go round up Greff and Ivoris so they can have their like. You try and be nice to her, but she's just so hungover. Is like slurring her speech still. She's like barely upright, but she's managing it. And you bump into the rest of y'all.
We found mushrooms.
Hey.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You got any good ones? Oh, you got those ones that you made into the stew? Those were real fucking
Yes, those are so nice.
Oh.
Are you okay?
Hey, good morning.
That slimy texture. Shut up.
Did you have a...
How are you so happy?
I haven't met her
If you
before,
think-
right?
No.
Hello, I'm Sylvie. You look familiar somehow.
Yeah, this giant lock here is my brother.
Oh, that's very nice.
And this petite little bony thing here is my sweet little sister.
Get off my bones. No, stop it. Get. She like digs you in the ribs. Oh, blame me. So, what are your plans for the day? You guys going straight off, or am I blessed with your presence for another couple of days? Or
Well, how are we getting there?
Yes, I don't know. We were talking about. You said teleportation, folks.
I mean, I don't know. We've been fucking all over the place and teleporting, and I know people can do it. Is that what we're doing? Are we taking a boat?
Does anyone
Are we teleporting
know?
the boat? Is that possible?
what?
Can you do it?
Why are you looking at me?
Because you're the only one here that wields a magic of a different sort, other than I can't really say mushroom, but nature-based or whatever the fuck, dark evil. I can't really say evil.
Wait, what?
Scary.
I
Scary.
can't. I mean, I can teleport a boat with some people on it, but
Is that what we're doing?
I don't even know where to send you.
I don't have any good directions to the mouth of clarity. Maybe Demi would know.
Did you see it in your vision when your god spoke to you?
It was a song. It's a very beautiful song. It wasn't very specific.
Oh, Greff has like the biggest grin on his face, like, well, why don't you regale my beautiful sister here with a song so that she can maybe peer into the lines?
Greff, no, stop it. Don't do this. No, please.
I'll do the
please don't.
baritones if you're like,
Please don't.
oh.
No, Greff, please don't. I can't.
As soon as Greff opens his mouth, there is a mushroom shoved in it.
Oh, come on.
Subi falls over
Daisy
laughing.
reaches over. Daisy reaches over and puts a hand on his shoulder like, thank you. Thank you so much.
You ever need more mushrooms, you know where to find me.
You're very funny. You were right there, Daisy.
I'm just a wee bit worse for wear this morning. Somebody took me to a place called the Leaky Bucket, or whatever that
You
means.
did not.
In comment.
Oh, I did. All night.
Wait, what?
So you put 2 humans in the middle of town.
No, he was a Goliath. I just I changed aspects of my I changed certain physical aspects of mine, so I looked, a little bit shorter, gnome-like.
The treaty's already broken. What are we going to do? Triple break it by being 2 humans in my bar, by the way?
It doesn't mean you're allowed to walk around town now,
Oh my
Greff.
God, Mother is going to bloody kill us. We both broke the bloody treaty and you led me into it. Oh my God, Greff, you're a bad influence.
It's my bar, my rules. Humans allowed.
Greff?
Yes.
So do you remember, okay, that part where we had to deal with, that cleric, right? Okay, the scary cleric in that
yes,
in the
cleric
place.
of Caliborn.
Right. The one that we didn't kill, right? Okay.
Yes.
The cleric of Karin,
I don't remember. I don't know why I said that.
Calibor.
Talon-born, Callan-born.
Surely if he were to try to look for you, he would check at the bar that you own.
Right. And you were still looking like a Goliath.
Mm-hmm.
So you definitely stood out at the bar that you're known for owning.
You know those posters of us.
So the cleric and the cops,
he showed me.
The clerics and the initiative now thinks that we're back in what's the name of the capital where the bar is?
The capital.
Isn't that where the bar is?
Shavana? No?
The capital is the capital of
the
Shavana
capital
is Shavana.
is the capital.
True.
Where's my bar?
In Shavana.
Yes, okay. Well, now the initiative and hopefully the cleric thinks that we are in Savannah, which we're not. So you're welcome. I've added a little bit of a distraction to our plans.
Or you just doomed everybody in that bar to getting tortured, imprisoned.
I love how you call it bar. That place was a shithole.
You're right.
I mean, there was a boot on the floor that looked like it hadn't been moved in years.
So that's a funny story. It's a long one.
I don't want to hear the
later,
story.
later.
Yeah, just tell me later. Look, I can't move a boat. I can't move a whole boat with a bunch of people in it to randomly someplace in the sea. I need a bit more than that, and I don't think I could do that, frankly.
So we're taking the boat to the mouth, then, is what I'm hearing.
Probably a smartest move.
That's gonna take a while.
Does the captain know where the mouth of clarity is? No? Yes? Maybe?
Probably not, but I'm pretty sure we have a good idea where it is on the map.
Oh.
Because it's on that little dinky island to the south.
Yeah,
Well-
that's that dinky little island that looks like it has a volcano and a lake in it.
My assumption is that Baskin has things he has to do. Maybe we can get the orcs. Maybe they have some nice boat that can get us there.
Maybe. I mean, that's probably a boat-based conundrum you gotta deal with.
Yeah. I would love to go on Baskin's boat. It's a fantastic vessel, but I have a feeling that he has already spent much more time out at sea than he should have, dealing with our madness, and he probably needs to get back on schedule for now.
I don't know what his schedule looks like. I'd have to ask what he needs to do with the people who are currently on his boat, where he's going.
Right, you probably make sure that the crew want to go to the mouth of madness, or no, that's the wrong one. The mouth of clarity. Shit. Oopsie doodle. To like the mouth of clarity or whatever it is. I know that the ship people back home at least have lots of superstitions and shit.
Yeah.
I've got to go lie down magic on a whatever the hell it was that you fed me last night.
Hey, do not talk shit about Xanatos' stew. That stuff is made of magic and healing.
It's not. It's made of piss and shite. I can't.
Oh my god, do not let Xanatos hear you say that.
I can't.
She'll kick your ass so hard you'll hobble through your, plane walking. You'll be a plane hobbler.
Can you make a wisdom saving throw, please, Greff?
Who's cursing me now?
I don't know. Might be the very unhappy planeswalker waddling away from you guys.
All right, 23.
You feel this, kind of pull on the bottom of your feet, and you kind of raise, an inch, and then, you just clunk back down again. It's like, I'll have you another day.
Subi laughs.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, she goes off to the bar to go sleep off her hangover.
Stay safe, sis.
Always do. Always do. You come find me before you leave if you're leaving today, alright?
Promise. All right.
She waddles into the bar.
Right. So, I guess it's time to go ask Baskin for a second favor, or see what he can do.
Yeah, let's see what his plans are.
I
We'll
would
figure
like
out
to.
what we need.
I would like to talk to Demi before we leave, if that's possible. Do you think?
I'm sure we're not like just anchoring and taking off like the
Okay.
minute the basket gives us an answer. So
Good.
absolutely.
Okay, we go via Demi first. That's fine.
I mean, hell, I'm sure with 2 druids on board, we could probably finagle something with the wind. Make the ship go faster or something.
Yeah.
That's a smart. Yeah. Yeah, you can find Demi. You see back where the area where everybody was training. You actually see that like she's trying to go through the same physical ordeal that Helsif is putting everybody else through, but she's just not as physically strong as everybody else in this form. You can see that she's just basically exhausted, and she's probably only been at this for like 5 minutes. She's going hard at it, and every time she seems to like waver, you see her features become a little bit more awkward as she's kind of like pushed through the pain barrier. Yeah, you come across it pretty quickly.
Demi, hello. Sorry. Am I disturbing you? Or maybe
Yeah.
maybe you need a little break?
Make it quick.
Okay.
Nope, just make it quick.
Okay. Right. Do you have anything you want us to know before we leave? And also, do you have any tips on that ritual that I need to do that I cannot practice? That I need maybe? Can I do something to make it more steady?
Suvi! And you see like her features just like melt down. She kind of like reaches out, like sits down in front of you and puts her hands like either side of you. Like, oh, Suvi, it's okay.
Yes, thank you. Sorry.
I mean, no, sorry. I feel that the gods choose the people they do either out of whim because they kind of are convenient there at the time or because they believe in them. And I have a feeling that, well,
could be either
I
one.
don't exactly
Couldn't
know.
it with me, really. Yes.
And we could, I think it's a lot more fun to believe that we are chosen to do the things if we accidentally interact with the gods and such like. So like, you're going to be fine. Just relax.
Right.
Okay. So,
Thank you.
I have this, oh no, I stole my stuff. So I have a little thing that I could write you. Give me a second. And she kind of like reaches into her like little bag and she pulls out like a sheaf of paper and she pulls out a quill and she very quickly like scatters and writes something down. And you can see as she's writing that it's kind of getting more neat as she goes along, as she kind of like slows down and gets back into the rhythm of writing. And she says, okay, so this is the basis on how to cast rituals. Okay. And this is how to cast rituals under certain pressures, especially when you're doing new things. There's a lot of things that you have to balance. You have to balance the different type of magic going through your body. You have to balance like the things leaving your body. And if I understand correctly, and if what I'm seeing is correct, you have some god thing in there somewhere, and that has to come out in a very specifically easy way. And I wrote all that down for you. All you have to do is just relax and chill, just like me right now. You just be nice and chill all the time, and then you should be able to follow this magic out like it's like pouring wine out of a wine bottle onto an extremely lit fire, and everything will go up in flames. But don't worry about the flame part, just worry about the wine part. I probably shouldn't have said the flames. I'm very sorry.
Moss. Yes, I am
Yes.
watering
If that
moss.
works,
Yes.
you just
Right. Good.
So
I can do
gonna-
that.
That's it. That's it.
Okay.
Just breathe. Okay. So I've written some like easy to follow things that you
Okay.
can practice to get your body in that kind of like in that space so that you can begin to do the rituals very easily and very calmly. So you're going to be fine with that. I have faith that you're going to be able to do that
Okay.
totally fine.
So if I
now
practice
for releasing
that. Okay.
so with releasing the god magic on whatever it is that you need to do as part of this ritual.
Okay.
I just advise when you're sending it out into the world, give it a little bit of a shape, a little bit of an idea. So rather than just like bam and it's out in the world,
Shape.
just think about it carefully. Like, is it coming out of your mouth in a cone? Is it coming out in droplets in the air? Is it going to come out in like one torrent of water or an explosion of fire? Just think about the form that it going to come out in, because like you may not be able to shape exactly how the fire or whatever it is, or I say fire because I'm just like fire lady, so this is my thing. Like if it comes out in fire, or whether it's like water, yes, whether it comes out as like a spout of water, or whether it comes out like a balloon and then pops, like just think about the form. You won't be able to control it 100%, but if you give it a little bit of a guidance, it kind of gets there a little bit easier than if you just go, I know what I'm doing, and freak out, because that won't actually help anything at all. But if you just kind of gently guide it, you won't be massively surprised at the form that it takes. Because that's the only way that I kind of control my magic sort of thing, is that I just like roughly nudge it in the right direction, and then it will kind of go mostly in that direction. There's always an element of surprise and fun and chaos, but that's life. So just very easily just guide it out in some sort of shape.
Can I sit down, do you think? Can I?
Yeah, you can sit down. That's fine. Yes.
Okay. So a shape. I will practice every night and every morning, and I will find a shape and a breath and water.
And that
fire is scary. So I'll think of water.
I understand that. So water, yeah, just a shape or something that should kind of help, like, guide some of the chaos element that comes out, just a little bit of it. You may be able to, you may not be able to. It's just a practice.
Yes.
And unfortunately, unless you're just around the chaos magic, you're just not really going to know.
Yes.
100% if you can handle it, but you would have been given this unless you could handle it. At least that's my opinion anyway.
Yes, right. Okay.
And hey, you got this far.
I did. You're right.
You survived the death of your god, and you're still here, and you're still trying to spread joy. And I know that you're still spreading joy because you make me happy, and we're friends.
And you make me happy too. Very happy. Very happy to meet you.
Yeah. See, we may just intersect our lives right here, but just know that you are still spreading joy. So clearly something is going on for you.
You bring a song to my heart.
Aw. That's cool.
Yeah, it is cool. Cool. Very cool. Okay, and the other thing, did you want us to do or say or meet or something before we leave?
No, but if you're offering to do me a favor, there is a favor that you could do me.
Of course.
She reaches into her hair and she pulls out like a feather. And the feather is kind of like a tawny owl feather with just like one streak of green in it. And she hands it over and she says, okay, so I just need you to put this on the island, like wherever, like the mouth of clarity, just somewhere near it. Just put it under a rock on the island.
Okay.
Make it a grey rock.
Grey rock.
And just leave that there for me.
Under rock on the island where the mouth of clarity is. I can do that.
Yeah. That would be great. Thanks.
What does it do?
It means that if I the feather has my family gave me that feather, and I have it braided in my hair. It's one of the first things I had braided in when I joined the clan. So I would be able to find it wherever it is in this world, and I think if it's there, I might be able to find it if the island isn't completely shielded from magics like I have. So I could get there whenever I wanted to if it's there.
That is very good. I will remember to do that.
Thank you. And if not, I'll just, if you lose the feather, then I'll just teleport to the, an ocean somewhere or something, and I'll be fine. So it's not a big deal.
I won't lose it. No. And you don't teleport to an ocean. You can't be an octopus like
it's
me.
Not,
can you?
I never tried.
You should try it. It's so much fun.
Demi has to what do you?
I've never tried turning myself into an octopus. This is a great idea.
Yes. Maybe we can do that before I leave. If you have time. You don't have time. I know you don't have time.
I kind of want to make sure that I save some of my magic because I kind of need it for certain things that are going to be happening later today, and I just need it. I just want to be prepared in case things go south, and I need to fight whoever it is that's around here. So
I need to get better at not wasting my magic too.
Enjoy your magic. Enjoy it. Don't let people tell you that you can't use magic the way you wanted to. It's your magic. Enjoy it. And if you want to be an octopus for 5 hours a day, you be an octopus for 5 hours a day.
It's very fun.
Maybe I'll just be a really small octopus.
Yes. I was a baby octopus. It was so cute.
That is cute. Okay. Well, you better go back to your friends because we still have certain things that we need to finish up here with our things, and I should probably get my workout back because apparently I need to get my heart back at the rhythm so I can be burning off all this fat. I'm hey dude, I'm barely fat at all, but I think they may be talking about putting on muscles or something. I'm not a fan of that, but I'm gonna give it a shot.
Okay. Have fun. I hope.
You
okay.
too.
Thank you. Bye.
Good luck, Suvi.
Thank you.
Bye. She just like waves until you leave.
I love Demi.
All right.
I think Greff's looking at like Vox and like, oh my god. You see that, right? That doesn't look normal to you, right?
Which part?
Oh no.
Like I'm seeing double at this point, maybe triple. Somewhere along the lines, my eyes got crossed.
All right. Oh my god, I forgot how much energy she had back in the day. She's now just a husk of a person. All right, let's go hang out with Baskin.
Mm-hmm.
Heading down to where Baskin and the rest of the crew are. Sort of midday, you're seeing that people are beginning to like wake up and pack down the tents and like get themselves sorted out. You know, they're kind of they're happy, they're merry. The two second mates, the halfling and the tabaxi, they greet you cordially enough.
Yeah, Ivoris waves.
Yeah.
Suvi kind of hangs back a little bit because she's like, I was a stowaway. I don't know what's going on here.
That's yeah. Baskin like kind of walks over and like gives Ivoris a quick hug, and then he smiles at the three of you and just sort of sees Suvi off to one side with a bit of a quizzical look and like, is Ivoris and his friends done?
Yeah, I think we're wrapping it up. What is your plan? What are you doing?
Baskin was just going to take Baskin's ship across the sea to Discora.
Okay, yeah. Because you had people that needed to go there, yeah?
Yes, Baskin should be picking up people from an island just outside Chatvok.
Okay. Yeah, we're trying to figure out how we're going to get somewhere, but it seems to be in a different direction, so.
Oh. Is Baskin right to assume Ivoris is talking about the island to the south?
Yeah. Have you been there? Or seen it? Been around it?
Baskin saw it as a child.
Do
Just off in the distance.
you know anything about it?
Baskin's captain was adamant Baskin and the crew did not go to island. Baskin's captain said the island was cursed.
Oh. Huh.
It's difficult sailing around that island, if it is the same island.
Okay. Okay.
Baskin thinks maybe a smaller ship would survive the rocks around that island. Baskin's ship is too big.
Yeah. Okay.
And Baskin and Baskin's crew, we should be going to help the people from Discora get to Kino. And from Kino back to Discora.
Yeah, I was just, if the ship situation wasn't as it was, I would say we could find teleports for the to here from there and there to here. Kind of do a quick switch, but if it doesn't work, then we'll find a different way. It's fine.
Baskin could sail Ivoris and Ivoris's friends to Freedom's Bluff. Then Baskin could arrange for a smaller ship. Baskin would have to teach, you three how to sail. And we could go. Baskin's ship can be run by Baskin's mates. And I could get you to that island.
Are you sure? You know it's
He nods.
risky.
He says, the rocks and the shores and the magics around that island are dangerous, and Baskin would trust nobody else's life with yours.
If things go bad, I'm going to teleport you away to your ship. I'll teleport you to your crew.
Baskin cannot... Baskin would not want to leave. Baskin's heart goes down with you.
I teleport you first, and then I can teleport. See how it works?
Like Ivoris's box with...
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
Uh,
It's not ideal, but, you know, worst case and all.
yeah.
I'll do what I need to do so that we
Okay.
make it. But do we need to find teleports for the people who needed to make it there, and for those people to make it here, so that we can then take them to Freedom's Bluff? Would that be a convenient kind of?
Baskin's boat should travel to Freedom's Bluff. Then the boat can travel to Chatvok.
Oh, okay, yes.
At Freedom's
okay.
Bluff, we can get a new boat.
As long as it isn't too much of a detour.
No, not at all. Baskin has money set aside in Freedom's Bluff. Baskin can buy a boat.
Don't we have the boat that you and I needed to fix up?
He smiles a little bit shyly, and he says, Ivoris's boat is for two, not four.
Oh,
And the voyage from Freedom's Bluff to the island, if it is the same, is long.
okay.
I will find us a boat. You'll be safe.
Okay, we'll figure it out. If we have any issues, just let me know, and we'll figure out the boat situation. But yeah, just make sure your crew are okay, and
Baskin's crew
So-
is strong.
yeah, tell them not to worry. You'll be fine. I'll make sure of it. So
Good. Now, Baskin wishes to meet this person,
Hello.
and he gestures at Suvi, who's standing somewhere awkwardly in the background.
She comes forward a little bit.
Hello, I'm Suvi Farplane Pilakas of the Pilakas clan of the Humming Forest. I'm so sorry. I was the stowaway on your boat. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
what did you tell? You told on yourself. I didn't say anything.
Because that's what she's like.
I kept a secret from someone. I said I wouldn't do that.
Suvi appreciates that, but she can't. She can't keep shut up.
I can't make you roll. You're just too cute.
Greff's so pissed. He was like, "Oh, I'm gonna wait for the right moment to drop the stowaway joke. Oh, I'm gonna wait for the right fucking moment."
Nope.
Then you just do it the first second, like,
Joke got taken out of you.
I'm so sorry. I didn't.
Suvi was a stowaway on Baskin's boat.
Yes, but I was only small.
Baskin knows Suvi is a gnome.
Baskin knows Suvi as a mouse. Maybe.
Suvi is druid.
Yes. Hello.
Suvi was octopus.
Yes. Wasn't I adorable? It was tiny baby octopus. I waved at the boat, but I didn't think anyone saw.
Baskin suspected when a waving octopus that appeared out of nowhere was not an octopus.
You are very clever. I'm sorry.
Baskin has been at sea many years. Baskin knows an octopus from not an octopus.
Not a puss.
Not a octopus. An octopus, yeah. Okay.
If I'd known that Baskin was such a friendly sort, I would have asked instead. I'm so sorry.
Baskin would not have... Suvi.
Yes. Suvi, Farbleen, Pilakas.
Suvi the Stowaway.
Yes, that can be my new nickname, if you like.
Baskin has a feeling that Baskin has not seen the last of Suvi. Ivoris.
Yeah. Suvi needs to go to the mouth of clarity. It's God stuff. Not my God stuff, but, you know.
Which god?
Lilira, the goddess of joy. But she's dead now, so yes. But there's still joy.
Baskin offers Baskin's condolences. Baskin finds a ship for 5.
Oh, thank you so much. Suvi sort of reaches up and tries to pat Baskin's hand. I don't know what kind Baskin is, so reaches up high or low or not. I have no idea.
But Baskin is a very buff looking tabaxi. He's buff as fuck. As you go to reach out for his hand, he kind of like lifts his hand as if he's like scratching his neck. He's not quite comfortable with you. You stowed away on a ship and he's trying not to throw you in the sea.
She backs away and says, sorry, thank you, sorry.
Baskin does not take kindly to stowaways. Baskin will have work for this one.
Of course. Yes.
Okay.
I'm so tempted. I so want Greff to like pick Sui up by the scruff of their neck and just go like, "All right, you landlubber, time to teach you the ropes."
She's not very strong,
Greff
but she might be able to do some. I don't know. We were talking about wind magics. We will see.
Oh yeah, I think you can use shillelagh and just hit him like it's a whip. Good times. Baskin basically begins to order his crew together. And they're very, probably over the course of an hour, pack all their things down and get them in the boats. And he kind of gets most of his crew together. He explains the situation. He tells them that he is going to take a short absence and that he will be leaving his second mates in charge. And if they do not treat the second mates like they treat Baskin, they will be thrown in the sea. And then you see him like take his seconds in command so off to one side so he can explain a little better the situation, but he doesn't tell them where he's going. You're very aware that even if you're just hearing out the corner of your ear, he doesn't tell them where he's going. He doesn't tell them what he's doing, except that, you know, it's something to do with Ivoris and Ivoris's friends, and, you know, it's what a good partner does. Like, he plays it off. He really doesn't want them to know what you're up to.
I think Ivoris is kind of like in the background of this, like off. And I think he's interested in like knowing that, like observing their kind of reaction, their trust in him, like seeing how far he got with them, basically.
Yeah. In that case, can you roll an insight check?
Sure. If I can find it. 13.
Oh.
It is me, the wise
They
one.
seem to be taking it pretty well. They just seem to be listening and accepting of the orders. You think you see a little questioning look thrown your way by the tabaxi. He doesn't seem to trust you, but again, that might come from a place of protection. You're not really sure. He just doesn't seem 100%, but he seems to be going with the plan at least.
Yeah, Ivoris will make himself available off somewhere, but I mean, he's going to stick around, but he's going to keep his distance and just make himself available if they want to like bug him. But yeah.
Okay. I think, I mean, no, nobody really has much in the way of questions. They do very much listen to Baskin. And you'll have like plenty of time when you put stuff on the boat to ask their questions, and they're just kind of prying, like, where are you going? What are you doing? But like Baskin has tried to make it clear that nobody's answering those questions. You guys managed to pack yourselves up. Is there anything you guys want to do before you leave the island? And that will be then when we call it once we've left the island.
Greff goes and meets up with his sis again, and he gives her a hearty hug, tells her he loves her, and that she needs to stay safe out there, and that she needs to visit Ma.
She very cheekily says, I'll tell you what, I'll go visit Ma if you visit Ma with me.
Right now?
No, not right now.
No, I don't have time.
God, fuck no.
Then come.
I don't have time for that either.
Yes,
we're too busy.
Yeah, no.
Right? I mean, she can use 2 wooden spoons. So I don't want to get anywhere near that. No way.
Let me say this. If I go visit Ma before you are the worst child.
How dare you? I gave her goats.
Still
Before you leave, however, and she kind of like gives you like a final hug and a goodbye. She puts something in your hand, and she closes it over, and she says, if you need me, if you need to talk or anything, just use the stone and you can send me a message. And if you need me, just break it and I'll be there as soon as I can.
Hopefully I'll be able to use it just to send you funny limericks and jokes I think of.
Okay, I'm not doing it so that you can send me rude rhymes.
Greff is already putting it in his pocket.
Or tell me how drunk you got. or telling me about who you shack. No, I don't. Oh. Greff, I swear to God, if you abuse this, I will find you.
I know you will.
And I will send you to the stalking, and you will stay there.
I prefer not.
Right, so you're not going to abuse it, right?
I love you, sis. Stay there.
Get out of here. I think with that, like you see, you see like the people that you've interacted with, Helsif and like the younglings running around, some of the orc guards, Kapla stands on the docks. You see Grumsh version of Demi standing on the docks. You see Daisy standing on the docks. They're all just kind of waving you goodbye. And you see like Baracus and Red Knight just like quickly running so that they can see you just finally off. And they're both just kind of waving as you kind of like row off and join Baskin's boat proper.
Hello, everybody, and thank you so much for listening to episode 30 of Kino. This one was surprisingly fun to record. I don't know what it was. There was just like really good energy in the room when we were recording this one. So I hope you enjoyed it as well. We just want to remind you to check us out on social media. If you aren't following our Twitter or like whatever you do on Facebook, joined groups or something. I don't know. I haven't used Facebook in months, but we have a really fun person doing a lot of social media stuff right now. So go check that out. We're interacting a lot. It's very fun. We get pinged all the time to do stuff. It's really cool. So if you enjoy our stuff, check us out on social media, and have a great week. Or until next month. Bye.